Hey everybody, it's United Adventure Company, and we're back at you live. Thanks for tuning in with us this evening. So glad everyone could be here. You'll look around the room and see that we do have a new face. This week we have had some cast changes. Some folks had to go and do some things that require real life stuff. We are completely understanding of that and want to embrace that, but we had to fill a couple of the holes that had been generated through time. We filled one with Two Wolf, who plays in the Plague of Fluxentine game with us. So they're going to be joining the Welcome Home campaign. So welcome aboard, Wolf. We're so glad to have you here with the United Adventure Company, expanding into new games. So glad you could join us. We will certainly miss all of the other folks that have been along this journey. You are not replaceable at all.
We miss you, Angela. I hope Real World gets better for you.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
So much.
Absolutely, yes.
And hopefully the Real World does get better and Angela can come back.
Hopefully the Real World gets better for like everyone, because it kind of sucks right now.
It very much sucks right now. Sorry, I'm trying to find the place to put the captions where it'll show up in the capture box. There it is. I was just like streaming them all over the faces of everyone. But here we go. There we go. We got it.
That's perfect right there.
Yep, I think that's perfect right there. Thanks for dealing with us. Our time change, a little bit different time. We're starting an hour later now. It puts all of our games at our evening games at the same start time. So a little schedule alignment for the channel makes it a little easier on all the players to get here too. We don't have to rush and eat dinner before we're hungry. So yeah, it's, at least for me, I was having to cook at like 4:30 and then eat at 5 because I had to be on at 5:30 so we could get going at 6. So.
Well, and we know Jesse almost had an issue with the donut singularity, so
yeah, apparently it was it was bad.
It was terrible.
One day, maybe during an AMA, we'll get you to tell us the story of the horrible
donut singularity.
Bad, no good, very horrible donut day. But for now,
if I feel like reliving it in the future.
Yeah, it must have been really bad. I'm sorry. If you need therapy, let me know. I know some therapists down there I can refer you to.
I got medicine.
You got meds. Right on. Oh, man. It's going to be one of those nights, folks. But anyway, so glad you're here. Hey, we're still just 11 followers short of our goal. So we're really on a push to get our goal to 125. We'd love to hit that before the end of the year. So tell your friends, make an account for your dog, whatever. Bring all the neighbors over to a watch party and have them all streaming on their devices, make them log into Twitch and, have a watch party. That sounds like a lot of fun. Watch a watch party of us playing Dungeons and Dragons or Call of Cthulhu or Delta Green or Tales from the Loop or
Weird when Weird gets
Weird gets back. What else?
Everything we do.
Yeah,
I want a rematch at Ghostbusters.
Nope, we won fair and square.
We did.
That ghost.
We totally broke that game. It was so great.
No, I want a rematch.
That's okay. We're good at breaking games.
Yep.
Yeah, they are.
Accepted.
They are. Jesse, I'm telling you. They're going to break it, man. That's why I love playing with this group that we've had, and hopefully continue to give me a challenge as a storyteller and a game master that make me get creative and better. What else we got going on? No new follows this week. Sadly, no new subs this week. So if your sub expired, make sure you go down there and resub. Yeah, that's right. Check out our YouTube channel over there and get all caught up on all the content. This is episode, I forgot to put the episode number in the title. This is episode 6 of season 2. So that is 26 episodes that we have done of this campaign alone. That's a lot of content. There's a lot of content over on YouTube, and we're growing over on YouTube too. Just I think we are right at 40 subscribers on YouTube. So looking good over there. Discord channel. Make sure you're in our Discord so that you can give us a hard time
And tell Billy how bad his memes are. They're terrible.
They're awful.
I
You were
didn't
so
make
bad.
them. I did not make the memes.
No, but you allowed them to exist in our presence.
I perpetuated.
Exactly.
Yes, you perpetuated the cycle.
Yes, I perpetuated the memeness.
So bad. So bad.
So
We're almost as scarred as Jesse is. Almost.
almost.
One day you may experience the cake donut singularity.
I hope to God I never do.
I like donuts, so I'm hoping I can have a donut singularity at some point.
Donuts and cake donuts, two different things.
Yes.
I mean,
Cake donuts. There's I don't know. I'm gonna sound like an elitist if I keep talking. I gotta stop.
you elitist snob, you.
You donut
donuts
elitist.
Cake donuts suck.
You know what?
They're an abomination.
The only thing cake donuts are good for is to make into those little donut sticks that you dip in coffee. That's the only way I'll eat a cake donut.
Yes,
Willingly.
exactly.
Thank
you,
you.
Billy.
See,
Thank you.
we're there, man. And with that bash on some cake donuts, we are going to get into tonight's story. Last session, the group found themselves at the bastion of Ashix the Dire in what was pretty much a ruin. The place was on fire or was just had smoldered out. They had defeated a large force of the Order of the Sacred Grove the day prior. They found what they believe is the keeper of the bastion to be killed in his bed, his hand outstretched, reaching for something. Downstairs, they found a laboratory, some armor, a sword, some boots, and then they found a door. Behind the door was a chamber holding a giant, stone giant, in chains, imprisoned. Apparently, he had been experimented on. And come to find out, whoever was running these experiments was doing so to try to find a cure for the curse of lichens. Not just a spell cure, but a permanent cure that they could use time and time again to heal the people in mass without the need of the gods reversing a curse. They freed that giant and promised in return for a favor they would release him from his dungeonous prison. Clark had a moment. The party was talking about where to go next, what to do. And Clark's decision to stay at the bastion and pick up the helm and run with it, rebuilding the school, making it a safe haven for those running from the Order of the Sacred Grove, and to always give you a headquarters to come home to. A place that wasn't Karan's, a place that wasn't Karnagathar. You were beholden to no one else when you were at the bastion because your friend, Clark, Gale, the samurai, the warrior, the strategist, would always have safe haven for you. And that's where we're going to pick it up. It's been a few weeks. You had to make some repairs to the airship. You had to make some repairs to the bastion. You had to work to, free this hill giant or the stone giant from the depths. And there were mistakes made. There were issues caused. At one point, in the attempt to free the giant, you all had dug a pretty deep pit, and it was taking longer than you thought because the soil was, even though you're on the coast, it was a little rocky and it was hard to dig through. So Matches had this brilliant idea to place one of those kegs of powder down in the hole and light it, blasting the hole even bigger. However, he must have miscalculated the blast radius and blew a large chunk of the beach out and almost flooded the entire pit where the giant was. So, luckily, disaster was narrowly averted. But you did make great progress, and the hole was enlarged and made the digging a lot easier. You got through that rock, but it was soon agreed upon that you should save the blasting powder for dropping upon your enemies instead of trying to blow holes in the ground. After that, you did finish digging down. You got the giant out of the hole. He hung around helping clear the debris, that sort of thing, filling in the hole as well. About a week later, a band of travelers from the Druid's Grove showed up. They said they were sent by your friend, your childhood friend Furbolg, and said that they were in danger and should head to the Bastion to make way to Karnengothar, for he had heard word that you were evacuating people from there, people in this region. He sent about 25 from the Druid's Grove. Those who were able to walk, travel, ride. Those who weren't stayed behind to defend their grove in the best way possible. With the aid of Furbolg and the elves, they're setting up a similar magical defense to the Druid's Grove as to that of the elves of Forda Wood. Apparently the Alliance is starting to build, help each other. They're growing, getting out of their own little silos and working together for the protection of all. They also understood that you're on a journey to rally all the allies, and that your next journey will be a long one if you are to go to the Haunted Weld and meet Kel Pratt. It's quite the journey. It's now the night before you have decided to leave. You've packed up the ship. You have all of your resources. You have all your rations, everything. A small detachment of the Githyanki warrior are going to stay here and help defend the Bastion. So of the 25, 10 will stay behind to help defend, meaning you will have a crew of 15 and Neris with you on the ship. But you're talking one night in the Bastion and deciding, is the Haunted Weld the best place to go? Clarissa did say that's where it was, the thing you need. When a villager from the nearby village outside the Bastion walks up, it's kind of a nondescript fellow, long, bright white hair. His cowl is down around his collar, and he approaches as you're in discussion as to where to go next. And Tooks, that's where you come in. You're approaching the party. They're in conversation. Uh-oh. No audio. There it is.
I don't know why.
Now you're
Okay,
there.
I turned it off. Okay. You just didn't pick it up. All right. I just kind of walked towards him and stuff, and I don't know which person I was supposed to try to talk to originally. I just tell him, a friend of mine told me you guys were up this way and you guys may be looking for some help, and try we may be. I remember how I wrote it. I don't remember. It's tired.
It's okay.
Yeah, I've been just traveling a lot.
Let's
A
see.
friend, you say? What friend is this?
For me, it was Tim and this, but I guess he knew somebody from, because we're from another small, I'm from nowhere really. Just bounced from an orphanage to, and ran away and ran around a town for a long time. But one of those little
Okay.
towns which just has no name. Literally.
Vale is highly skeptical.
How do you feel about the Order of the Sacred Grove?
Your audio's going away again. I don't know what's going on.
I don't either. That better?
Oh yeah.
Yep, you're on now.
Okay. No, they can pretty well go to hell. They pretty well destroyed most of my life.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
we're in about the same place. I want nothing more than to see the entirety of the Sacred Grove and every member, every place they've ever been and loved, burned to the ground. And if you feel the same way, then yeah, sure.
Mhm.
I don't know. How do y'all
Oh,
feel?
yeah. Yep.
Death to the OSG? Sure.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
The more the merrier.
The more death.
Or death.
No, we need a full crew in order to fully utilize the capabilities of our ship.
And that's just you and that ship thing. Like, dude,
I
come on now.
think you might need some time away from the ship, maybe just a little. I think you're
Yep.
a little too close to it, maybe.
Is your memory that short? Do you not recall what we accomplished with that ship just what? 2 days ago? A week?
I mean, I was there, I remember, but you know,
Think you might have a little bit of a problem, Matches, but that's
Yeah.
okay. We love you anyway.
I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say I love him, but highly respected.
Well, you guys are both my pals. Come here.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna give you like big squeezy hugs.
You'll have
And
to bend. You'll have to bend down. I'll be
I'll,
like-
I'll pick
be like-
Matches up and hug him.
Herman and Mr. Fluffers come charging into the room when you say hugs, and they come charging into the room and jumping on you and
Oh, Mr. Fluffers, Herman, I love you guys. Give them lots of pets.
I just stand there and pet my pet rat.
Nice.
I catch
Oh,
a glimpse of the
can you describe what Tux looks like and all that for us?
About easiest way. At this moment, about 5'6". White hair with silver and black streaking to it and everything. And the eyes just are like a whitish gray. I mean, there's no real pupil to them or anything. And real, like darker skin, but you can tell it's on the pale side of it. Like a gray, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like a funky coloring.
Okay. Did you say that you have a rat with you?
Yes.
So Vale catches a glimpse of the rat and goes, If it doesn't work out, at least he brought lunch.
Clark walks over and slaps you on the back of the head.
Ow!
Don't even think about it, Vale. You
Ow!
accept him as a party member, and that friendly Clark way, and he sets down plates, and a meal is brought out. Your last meal together. You have a meal that night. Is there anything anybody wants to do in the Bastion before you head out on your journey, and also decide where you want to go? Do you want to go to the Haunted Well? Do you want to go somewhere else?
I have a question.
Sure.
I took some notes.
You
I
took
can't-
notes?
Notes.
Yes. It says
And they're written on paper.
Oh my God, you Gen Xer.
I need to know what the hell this is because I wrote Casto City of Infernal Celery. I don't know.
It's Casto, the city of eternal
Of
glory.
glory. I mean, I believe you.
I believe you. Clip that. Somebody. That's the best note taking ever.
It was extremely shorthand.
Yeah, extreme shorthand. I got it. No, Casto, the city of eternal glory, is the home base of operations of the Order of the Sacred Grove. I mean, go figure. It's a goody goody two shoes, eternal glory. You know.
Of course.
Okay.
So it has nothing to do with celery.
No, it has nothing.
They
to do
probably
with
grow celery there.
Maybe. We don't know. It could have something to do with celery.
Everybody, while you're checking out Tooks, everybody roll me a investigate.
Investigate, eh?
You
Yeah.
want my computer to do something.
You can roll with physical dice if you have to, Jesse. If your computer's gonna die, I trust
No.
you.
It has no choice. It has to work.
Investigation.
La 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 la. Brata's not paying any
15.
attention. Damn. Matches.
15 and a 20.
15 matches is at a 20. You both see that there is a strange item behind the jacket. You see it almost looks like the hilt of a crossbow, but it's in this leather pouch. It has a handle and a cylinder in the center. You've never seen an item quite like this before.
I'll have to check that out.
With a 20, yeah, you have a much better angle at it. And it is an interesting device. It's has a lever. Imagine just theater of the mind here. It's really hard to describe this without just telling you. So, you know what a revolver looks like sitting in a holster
Mhm.
on a hip?
Yes.
That's what this
Yeah.
looks like. This looks like a revolver, wooden handled revolver, flintlock kind of era.
Well, I would actually be proficient in firearms, so let me
Oh, you have firearms?
yes, if
Proficiency?
Artificer,
Okay.
if Artificer is this is rules bull crap. So if you want it to be something different, I'm totally cool with it. But if the Artificer is in a world that has guns or gunpowder, they're proficient in it.
Okay, then you would know what this is. You would recognize it. But you do know also that they are very, very rare. For the common person to have, these are very rare. You're right on that edge of that technology right now.
Ooh, we have something quite rare here.
What is that thing?
Yeah, look, took off my last guard. And I pull it out.
That's fancy.
Yeah, just too bad they used it all. Now I gotta figure out how to make it work again.
This
Kind of
little
move it around
guy,
and show.
this little
and
guy
show
right
that it
here
has
is
no
pretty
bullets.
adept in at tinkering with stuff. You might want to have him take a look at it.
Yes, and I don't suggest looking into it through that end.
No, no, I kind of move it around and kind of put the barrel back towards my arm and just kind of point out that there's no loading to it's not loaded at all. I go, the powder part's not hard. It's the lead balls. I don't know how to cast those.
Well, may I see it? Maybe I
Yeah.
could be of assistance.
I can let you hold it. And as I do so, I kind of touch him as I'm handing it to him.
Okay. Yeah, your hands brush for a moment in the transfer of
Mhm.
yeah. Gotcha.
Okay. Does it have any special qualities other than point and click?
No, not that
On a
not
guard.
that you've known of.
So it looks like it just needs ammunition.
Yeah.
And we have plenty of powder. So
Oh, we do have lots of powder.
yes, I think that it would not be difficult at all to
Just need what powder and the lead balls or silver or whatever you want to use, whatever metal.
Oh, not
Yes.
silver, no. So keep that stuff away from me.
I mean, yes, I should be able to fix you up.
That you have plenty of like scraps of metal left over from the ship repairs.
Mhm.
That if you could fashion some sort of a kiln, you could probably, build a cast. It might take some time. You'd have to use your tinker tools. It might take a day to set up a kiln and do that, but you might be able to even do that on the ship during your travel.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'll make note of that.
All right.
Well, what? I'm sorry. You got it off of a guard? Where?
Last place I was held captive.
And where exactly was that?
A castle way over that way. One of OSG's places. They don't seem to like me, or I should say, they like to try to use me.
Really? You think I'll pull out the map? Do you think you could identify it on this map?
Sure. And as I'm standing there, I slowly start changing, and I end up looking just like Matches.
Well, that's a neat trick.
That
Now-
Wait, which
Is
one's
not-
the real one?
that is not appropriate.
And then I switch back. I go, now, you think you...
Wow, that's a cool trick. Man, if I could do that, can you imagine what I would do to my enemies?
What exactly are you? Is that what?
changeling.
You're a changeling. I've
I've
heard
heard stories about
those.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know that was real. I thought it was just the thing that Mother Sushin used to tell us to scare us at the orphanage.
Yes, you may want to work on it a little bit because I know that I'm at least a foot taller than that.
No, that was a pretty good copy, man. I couldn't even tell the difference.
I look.
The hair
look
was wrong.
I look at Brata and I go, "Yeah, it was pretty good, wasn't it?" It was dead. It was dead on.
Dead on.
I think
Oh, you're
very
hilarious.
majority of the time you'll see I keep my same hairstyle or colorings, so people will know. I don't like fully copying somebody. But
But
OSP
being
seemed to
able,
like it for one purpose, and I changed
Mm.
into my one other shape. I wear a rat, and then I change right back, and you see why I keep my rat. or my
aha,
hat.
Very
Like in-
interesting.
Definitely see.
They brought me up as a child to be a spy.
aha.
Oh,
I don't
Now I
think I wanted to be their spy.
I see now
Mm.
why you hate them. Yes, you would fit in nicely with us.
Indeed.
yes. Like a poor innocent child reared up and indoctrinated into a cult. Right?
I mean, aren't we all?
Born and raised in an orphanage.
Well, I'm just saying you all should have something in common.
I don't know you, stranger, but I'm starting to like you very much. Your talents are useful.
Oh, very useful.
Well, we will gladly accept your sword or your weird, like, googly, powdery thing, whatever that is. And yeah.
But,
It is a firearm.
your arm's not on fire.
Matches'
Okay.
wands, by the way, look a lot like firearms. So,
point of order, DM. What year is it?
What do you
For-
mean?
For others who
I have to
know
go
by
way back to the
boomstick.
first episode to find it, to the calendar.
I was gonna make a smart ass remark, but I can't.
I'd have to. I don't have that information readily
I
available.
don't know
It's
if
fine.
that ever
This
stopped
is-
you from making a smart-ass remark.
I needed to know what I need. Okay, what at the very
It's-
least, what century is it?
it's 1764, chapter 5.
This
What?
is, I believe, you are in the 16th century, 1670s ish.
I was close. I was close.
Brata.
Close,
It's the
close.
16th century. Not everything is done with swords anymore.
Well, I think my sword's pretty grand.
Not saying it's not. I think your sword is great, but
It's like that weird magic stuff that y'all
it's
are always
time
playing
might be
with.
time to step into the future here a little bit.
And I just kind of scoff. All right, Catman. Take
Old
it under
dog,
advisement.
New tricks. Got it.
You're not a dog, you're
I
a cat.
think, Brata, you are fine just the way you are. Quite
Aw.
efficient. Quite efficient at your job.
Oh, very much so.
Why, thank you, Matches. I'm glad somebody here appreciates me.
Brata,
I-
you know I appreciate you.
I would stand behind you in battle anytime.
You
Well, everybody's
that's where
behind
you
me in battle.
always
unless
are
they're
is
my
behind
enemy.
somebody.
Okay. Well, stranger, it's good to have another person here who wants to see the OSG burn.
I don't care if they burn. I just want them dead.
Well,
I mean, burning is fine too, but
It's my preference.
above all, death is the preference.
Right on.
Okay.
So,
So
anything
how-
else?
how long have we been here now?
You've been here about 3 weeks.
Have I had time to fix the ship?
Yes, the ship has been repaired as best you can. Hi, Doggo. Doggo is needing something. You as best you can with the materials that they have. You've reinforced the hull and got repairs done. You don't have any more materials other than the scraps. Hear this?
I do.
I'll get him.
It's the
I'll-
worst ever. I swear. I'm torturing him.
Yeah.
Wait, please. Go see mommy. Go. All right. Thanks. Sorry, I got derailed because of the dog. That happens. See, that's what
Indeed.
dogs are good for. So yeah, you have gotten the ship mostly repaired. You have as best you can. It's all loaded. You did find some reserves and stores of food and even some powder and stuff here. So you've got another 6 kegs of powder that you put on. You split it with Clark. Basically, knowing they would need some
Hmm.
to defend this, you split it with them. The villagers have all come in. They've all helped. You know, the bastion is looking a lot better.
How many villagers left? Because I remember the last time I basically Vale got out and said, "Look, if you think you can stay and fight, then stay and protect. If you don't, then you should probably leave." How many left?
Probably about 30 of the 50 in the village left. The single people that were of, fighting ability stayed.
Okay.
Knowing that this is going to turn into a place of refuge and whatnot, they knew that they would need help there. So
Okay.
they have 30, 35 folks at the bastion between the Githyanki and the villagers and the Druid Grove that came.
All right.
And even some of those, there were about 50 that came from the Druid's Grove. About 30 of those left, 40 of those left, and 10 or 15 stayed, So they've got a pretty good complement of people here to defend.
All right. Oh, excuse me.
Jesse's looking for more notes about celery.
I'm trying to look from the Haunted Well was the place where we needed to go to dig up the other.
Yeah, that's
helm,
where
right?
the other control console thing
Helm,
is.
yes.
Yeah, the helm.
Yes.
That's what Clarissa had told you, that it was at the Haunted Weld, and if you retrieved it there, she would meet you there and make the trade.
I think that's probably our best bet is to go there first.
Yes.
Okay.
Because as much as I hate to admit it, the ship is useful. Even though I'm sure that there's going to be a mind flayer that's going to lock onto it and know where we are, I think it's useful. So we should make it as useful as we can make it.
Did we not destroy like an elder mind flayer on this very ship?
No.
I don't know if it was an elder mind flayer or not. I know there was something
Oh,
here.
it was old.
Well, I mean, by default, aren't all of them old?
Well, this one was really old. Remember, back
No.
from the time of the war.
Okay.
We didn't destroy that one, did we?
Oh, it's dead.
What? Okay.
Who's got the buzz?
Yeah, somebody's buzzing.
Is that you, Lindsay, touching your iMac?
No. Did it stop when I muted though?
Yes.
It stops when you mute and it starts back when you talk. Yeah, it's
You're
you.
hearing the heater.
Oh,
Oh, you have your heater going. Okay. All right.
got it.
Just for reference, we are still here at the Bastion of Ashix the Dire.
Yep.
The Haunted Weld is here.
I mean, how long of a journey is that via Mind Flayer airship?
Well, the airship can travel, what would we say, 120 miles a day?
Yep.
Yes.
So
look at that.
3 days.
So about 4 days.
3.5.
Three and a half to
days.
4 days, yeah.
All right.
Unless we're in combat, then it goes into combat speed, which is 45 feet per 6 seconds.
45 feet per hour.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty damn slow.
there are
Yeah.
places along the way. There are villages and towns along the way. If you wish to stop at and tell people about what's going on, you can do that. But they are not very large. Most of them are just small little ruins or, places without significance.
Okay. Yeah, I think we need to go and see if we can find this helm.
Yes. I know you would probably feel much better if there's without the Ublex in the hole.
Yeah, Ubi is creepy and I don't like him.
Yeah, that thing is pretty creepy.
He
And
does
who,
have
what?
his uses.
And who and what is a Ubi?
Well,
Is an associate of ours. He
Folks,
stays
you
below
do your
decks.
best to stay out of the helm room of the ship, or the Ublex might grab you. It's pretty creepy and it eats brains. I'm just
Yes.
saying.
You absolutely do not want to go down there.
mhm.
Yeah. And
Hey,
that night, you sleep pretty soundly, knowing that the next day you have a journey. You awaken, you get on the boat, on the airship, and as you're getting ready to leave, pretty much everyone has turned out for this farewell. And the lawn is covered with the villagers and the druids, children running around that have, parents didn't want to part with their children. A few of them have climbed upon the giant and are sitting on his shoulders to get an even better view of you as you fly away. And as you leave the bastion, Clark says his farewells, goodbyes to each of you, wishing you the best of luck on your journey. And as you lift off in the airship, you look back. Clark stands atop the bastion, the friendly wave and a samurai's salute, knowing you'll see him again. Maybe one day. Maybe not too far in the future. You'll
Take
need
out
to
the-
see him again.
I take out the scroll, the messaging scroll, and as we're getting out of range to verbally communicate with Clark, I send him a message and go, I know we've had our differences, Clark. I know that as kids, it was our sole purpose in life to try to kill each other. And I mean, I guess that's what cats and birds do, right? It was an honor to fight next to you. I know you'll do well. I can't wait to see you again.
And you did that in a bunch of
25 words. Or
25
less.
words or less messages.
Yes.
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 Love you. Bye bye. See you soon.
Nice.
And I
Um,
just gave him a big hug and said, "See you soon, Birdman," and then just went on about my business.
Tooks, you met them at the ship, gathering your last little things from the village, anything that you needed to grab, and brought it with you. You travel for days. The weather is cool as you've moved from Shalt into Fralt the next month. You've passed a double new moon. The elixir that you took seems to still be holding as you didn't fall weak again. I think I updated the calendar in the handouts just so y'all have it if you want to take a look at it. We're actually almost all the way through the month of Fralt. I think that's how you say it. I made this calendar. I don't even know how to say the months. Calendar, where is it? Current calendar. It's the name of the handout. So we were nearing the end of Shalt. Yeah, Friat. That's what it's called. Friat. It's probably near the middle of the second week. So about the 12th is where we are. And if you remember, these months have 40 days.
Yes.
So this is going to take you about 4 days to get there.
Okay.
So 3.5. You're leaving at dawn. You should get there late afternoon on the third day if you don't stop anywhere.
Okay.
And sure enough, about 3 days later, the Ublex is getting a little restless. You can tell that the ship is not responding like you would like it to, but it's still has your prisoner down below.
Yeah, we have one prisoner down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have the one prisoner, and you see the trees give way. You see the grass give way, and in the distance is sand, rolling sands of a desert.
Ooh.
It was hot.
And the sun glistens off of it, off of the sands, reflecting the sky. It's hard to tell sometimes where the horizon is. It's really putting your sailing skills to the test, Matches. But you see what looks like a small patch of grass, small area, not too large, but in the near distance. As you're getting closer, you know this is about the right timing to be the haunted weld. You know the weld is in the desert. And if you asked around, you would know that it wasn't always called the haunted weld. It used to just be called the weld. But something happened, and now they've changed the name. No one
It's got ghost.
no one you ever talked to knew exactly what happened, but there was it was the site of a large battle, and so they say that the battlefield is now haunted. Pretty typical ghost story stuff. Do you want to fly in? Do you want to land outside and travel in? Do you want to pass it by?
Do we know what the population of the weld is?
Yes, through your contacts and information gathering about the weld, you would know that there's probably 150 to 200 creatures here. They are known as halflings.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I don't know that we should land it in the desert. There's no cover; it'll stick out. So if there's a place that we can land it, or at least get sun cover, maybe from the trees or
Yeah, and the Oasis area is actually
really tall grass.
really big here. It covers probably about 5 square miles of area.
How
You can
far outside of the city would that put us?
well, as you're coming in, you're seeing there's little huts. It's not really a city, but there are little huts built everywhere. And as you look, as you get closer, and you actually are able to see it, it's really wet. It's a traditional like oasis with a pond in the middle of it, pretty good size pond, and everything around it is lush and green, almost jungle-esque. But as you get closer and closer to the edge, there is a noxious smell, a gas. It smells like Brata just, had eaten something, and
What are you trying to say here?
that Brata eats and farts.
Are you saying our fighter is gassy?
Sometimes when he eats the wrong foods.
Brato, are you carrying around another skull or something that you're trying to get the meat
Yes,
off of, or what is
exactly.
that smell?
No, that skull is nice and
It smells like lavender.
skull-like, and I'll pull out the skull. And
Yeah, took
Oh, yeah.
Brata pulls out the skull.
my enemy. I haven't carved it to drink from it yet, but I do need to drink from this skull at some point. That should be my next. That should be my next project.
Yes.
And yeah, you can
pretty soon you can have a matching set.
Ah, yes, I like the way you think, Matches.
Oh, just think, we can fill the dining hall with skull goblets.
Service for 20.
Yes. Everybody needs their own.
Oh, jeez. Are you sure? You sure you're ready for this, Wolf? they get into it.
Oh, yeah.
You can find an area to land it in, but you're not going to be not seen coming in. There's little fire smoke, not fire, but there's smoke coming out of some of the huts from chimneys. They look like mud huts.
Okay.
And in a desert, that's kind of weird that there'd be mud huts, but yeah, that's what they look like.
I mean, I can fly it with the amulet, right? So technically, we could get off, and then I can make it go in the air, right? Or
As long as you
how-
stay within range. What did we
Okay.
say the range was on
I
that?
think it was like 100 and something.
I think it
think
was
it was
around 100 feet or so.
120 feet, I think is what we said the range was. So yeah, you could land, get out, and then hover it if you wanted to, and it would just hover over you wherever you went.
No, that would be a bit too obvious.
So
I mean, I think they already saw us coming.
it's
Well,
possible.
perhaps Brata, you can have some of your followers stay behind and guard the ship.
And I'll look at Neris. Neris, let's pick 5 of your best men to stay with the ship.
Agreed. And he'll go downstairs and pick 5 to stay. He comes back up. It's done. The rest shall come with us.
And you may want to remind them not to go into the hull of the ship.
Oh yes, understood. And he'll go back downstairs. and you all have also fashioned a "do not enter, authorized personnel only" kind of warning sign on the entrance door to the Ublex.
Beware the jaguar.
Yeah, beware the Jabberwockies. Beware the Ublex.
Because
And
if nothing else, at Githyanki follow orders very well. So
they do. Hi,
don't
Mark.
go in there. Okay.
Welcome to the stream, Mark. Glad to have you. I've been looking at the map and not at the chat. Wow, we've really picked up some viewers. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could be here. Thanks for tuning in. Give us a follow if you like what you're watching.
Don't encourage Mark. Just don't do it.
I'm going to encourage him. Now that you've said not to, I'm going to.
Oh,
Give her hell, Mark. You find a good place to land, and yes, it is on. And you do so. You get out, and the smell when you land the ship, it's almost as if a cloud just rise up. Jesse, you're very familiar with the smell of swamp gas personally. Just imagine that swamp gas smell, if you've ever smelled that, or a paper mill. Have you ever smelled a
Yes.
paper mill? Yeah,
Yes.
that rotten smell, just just permeating, clinging in the air, it almost burns your nostrils as you leave the ship.
Ironically, Vale goes almost like a well-aged fish.
Yes, almost.
I think
is
you would
there-
call that rotten. I didn't know you ate rotten fish, Vale, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Could there be
Sometimes
like
that's the
a
Yes.
could there be like an intelligence check or a nature or arcana
Why,
or
yes.
something to try
In
to figure
fact-
out what this smell is?
In fact, yes, you can make a nature check on this if you'd like. Or let's see.
Intelligence would be better.
Intelligence, nature, any of those would work. If you wanted to do
Oof.
a magical check as well, you could. So Matches has a 6. Yeah, you're not sure.
I don't know what it is, but it sure is rank.
Brata doesn't know what it is either with a 5.
Vale,
Mm.
I'm sure you may not remember, but I think that these tropical conditions would come natural to you as a tabaxi. Maybe you've smelled something like this.
No.
No, he has
mean-
not.
I mean, maybe a 10 will
Keeps-
do that, but no.
He keeps his cat box rather clean.
Well, I mean, that's like one of the rules of the ship. The cat box has to stay clean.
Yeah,
Nope.
exactly right.
Vale has to keep his
Another
flip
reason.
box
It's
scooped.
another reason why you don't want it floating above us.
Yeah, in case the
I do tend to just dump it over the side. So
in case the
Cat
Githyanki
waves,
get curious,
they,
so
like,
what are
kick it
these
and
chocolate
split it.
bars?
And, like kick all the turds out of the box. Yeah.
Yeah, the dogs go digging in the cat box from time to time. Tooks, however, you have not personally experienced this, but you knew from your training that you were trained in conditions like this. That this is a natural phenomenon in areas like this where the ground is basically just so wet that everything is rotting and all the gases from the decaying minerals and wood and everything are just permeating up through the mud. And the ground is very soft here. You kind of sink into the tops of your soles of your boots, not too deep. The mud kind of sticks to your shoes a little bit and makes a squelching sound when you walk.
I gotta say something. If Killer Mentat or Neurodancer are listening, it's poo gas.
poo gas.
Yep.
Inside joke. Sorry.
No, it's
Yes.
cool.
What-
It's cool.
It doesn't even have to be an inside
That
joke.
doesn't have to be an
funny.
inside joke. No.
Now you've taken the inside joke and let it out.
Yeah.
Just like a
Now it's
good-
an outside joke.
Kind of like the poo gas. You took it from inside and let it out.
Exactly. Better out than
Let the
in.
poo out.
It is what it is here. It's
Yep.
just what it is.
And a couple of small, hairy creatures start running towards you as I talk like William
Oh,
Shatner.
Get the spray.
And they're making joyful noises and waving their arms. It's visitors! Visitors we're having! Yay! Just in time, too! Come this way! And they wave you to follow them. Very energetic, very happy little boogers.
This sure is a trusting little bunch.
Has Vale ever seen a halfling before?
Yeah, remember we had that town of them that we were helping.
No, those were gnomes.
Oh, those were gnomes. Okay.
Yeah, these are hairy. They're probably not. There probably weren't any halflings at the orphanage. So
What about matches? Does he know about?
Yeah, you would probably know about them, and Tooks would know about halflings, having lived in where he lived. I'm not going to give away the location of your childhood
That's
growings
cool.
unless you do.
What in the world? Just being around matches. I think you're bad luck. Everywhere we've been, except for the Florida woods, everywhere we've been together with you, we've run into something shorter than you are.
Perhaps you're just obscenely tall.
I am rather tall
And obscene.
and obscene.
And I like start looking up and like looking down, like trying to gauge how tall I am. What?
Oh boy. I take it you follow, or you get back on the ship and just leave?
Well, they've never seen us before,
Nope.
and they're inviting us in.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's go.
This could be very, very easy.
Yes. And as you approach the center of the village where they, or the kind of village-esque town, like I said, it's all mud huts everywhere. There's just paths between all this very colorful, bright grass and flowers. There are these mud paths running from hut to hut that snake through this entire town. You would probably get lost if you were not from here or had a guide. If you tried to follow these paths on your own, you could very easily see how you would get lost. But then as you round a corner, you see what looks like the center. Awesome. Hey, thanks for that gifted sub. Way to go, Mark. Thanks for the gifted sub to Chaotic. Enjoy that gifted sub, Chaotic. And welcome to the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Hola.
You turn the corner between these two mud huts and you see the center of town, if you will, the village. And right up out of the center of the village, center ring of the village, stands a mast, just 50 feet up. It is adorned with decoration, flowers, garlands. You see a lot of people bringing things and laying them at the base of.
Is this a mast of a ship?
I kick matches and go, look at that.
Yes, yes.
Make me a investigate roll. As you get closer, there's a pool of water probably 20 foot across, but there's a little mound in front, and that's where everybody's kind of running through the water and putting stuff at the base of this thing. Then stretching out from that is grass and flowers, just very bright colors. Brata 16.
Oh, sure.
Wolf 15.
Show off.
Vale 15. Waiting on matches. There it is. Matches 26. Nice. You all do recognize it as the mast of a ship. Matches, you recognize this as the mast of a nautiloid ship. And you especially can see where this mast is actually upside down. So the top of it is in the ground. The base of it is sticking up in the air. It has, you can see the blast marks as you flip your goggles down to go, no, could it be? And you're tinkering. You see the blast mark from a magical blast that took this mast off the deck of the ship.
This is definitely what we're looking for. However, it's a little unfortunate to find that it's the wrong way up.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the top is in the ground. It's missing the bottom. Unless
It's upside down.
yes. I suppose
it's
it could be
crashed,
scattered
right?
around here somewhere, perhaps buried in this disgusting muck.
Wouldn't
And
be
it's
the
been-
first
That'd
time.
be it'd be too bad they think it's something. I mean, it looks like they're having a party for the mat for it.
Oh, they're just superstitious.
That's probably true.
Yeah, they are, but
I mean, give them a week. They'll get over it.
I mean, how long do you think it's been here with the way it looks?
Oh,
But
it's been here a while.
Because
sure.
for them guys to get up there and attach that stuff.
And about that
Bad.
time, you see one just runs up and grabs a hold of the mast, and sure enough, he shimmies up it feet on, like just climbing a tree, just perfect, right to the top, lashes on a piece of garland, and jumps down, spinning around it, and wrapping this garland around. And while you're watching him do that, an individual, thanks, Mark. An individual begins walking towards you with a small group of what appear to be children around him, pointing at you and laughing. And he walks up and he says, good evening. You're here just in time. You are.
Just in time?
Oh, yes,
Yes.
yes, just in time.
In time for what?
Just in time for what?
I thought you were here for it. But anyway, no matters.
We may be.
Or-
Well, wait.
We may be
My
Yeah.
pardons.
blasted or what?
My pardons. I am Kel Pratt.
Kel Pratt.
Yes, and this is the village that I help oversee. You see, you've arrived on the day of the festivities. Today,
What are we celebrating?
it's less of a celebration and more of a ritual.
Oh,
I see you are admiring our great stick.
yes, it's a fine stick.
Your stick in the mud.
You see, might as well face it. You're a stick in the mud. Anyway, sorry, had to. I speak
on-
in song reference, y'all. I'm sorry.
You're on probation again.
Reference probation.
Reference formation. Okay.
No memes for you.
Where was I? I lost my place in the story now. Sorry.
Stick in the mud.
Yes. He says, well, I'll tell you the story then, since you're not familiar with it. It's been handed down generation after generation. Our supplies have been ransacked by troops moving through. They were speaking of a war, and we had never heard of such a thing coming our way, so we gladly shared what we could, but kept enough for ourselves, of course. They came back in the night, took the rest of what they wanted, claiming it in the name of Abdi High. They said we would be repaid by the gods for our generous offering. Several days later, we were indeed repaid by the gods with this great stick.
In the mud.
The sky grew dark as if a storm were coming. Lightning crackled across the sky, yet no rain fell. Thunder boomed high above us, and just as the leader of the troops had said, a flash of brilliant light in the sky, and this pole, it came hurtling down out of the sky, stabbing into the ground. It drove deep, stopped, forming a pool of water around it. And within a 40-day, that small pool of water grew bigger. And then after 6 cycles of the twin moons, the grass began to cover the ground around us. We again had a home, somewhere we were thankful to be, not just in the mud, but we had beauty, a gift from the gods, truly it was.
Wow. That's a fascinating story.
Yes, where's the rest of it?
Now, matches.
The rest of what?
matches.
This is a gift from the gods. So today,
and it's a wonderful gift from the gods. Like, is this a story that's been passed down, or were you there?
Oh no, this is a story. It's been passed down from my father, his father, from his father's father, and his father's father. So
Several generations.
Several generations,
Okay.
yeah.
I see. Yeah.
yes.
When did the stick fall from the sky?
So yeah, when the stick fell from the sky, was there anything else that happened on that day that
Other
that's
than
been
the
passed down.
the storm with no rain,
Yeah.
the raiding the ship, the raiding of our supplies, that's how the story goes. There was a great war here in the desert somewhere.
Sure. We've heard of the Great War. Yes.
Yes. So this
Yeah.
was a battleground just outside our village here. It was much smaller then, but as the
Sure.
years have gone, we have gained more ground. The pole has given us the opportunity to expand and grow our people.
Well, that sounds like an amazing gift.
Yes.
Indeed.
Did anything else fall from the sky that day? Was there
Exactly.
any indication that anything else was bestowed upon you that maybe you just didn't recognize?
Yes. Any more holy relics or gifts from
Ah,
God?
yes, holy relics.
No, just
Truly gifts from the gods.
this great pole. A few years after the Great War, it said that the ghosts of warriors would haunt the desert. It said that they would come into the village and, kill people and acted as if we were in the war still, but the war was over, had been for years.
Hmm.
And has this happened?
Not since the festival began, which is what we celebrate tonight. The festival is one night of event and song and dance of the story, the Battle of Weld, and how the two great armies met on the desert plains and fought to the death of each man. Yet some soldiers, it is said, they refused to rest.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight, we ask for their protection once again. We ask for them to keep us another 40 days safe. So we give out our offerings and sing their songs.
Wait. You do this every 40 days?
Yes, every 40 day. Just to make sure it works. We have had no problems since we started doing this.
Oh,
That is some dedication right there. Let me tell you.
Consistency is important.
Yes, I admire your stick-to-itiveness.
Why 40 days?
For the cycle of the moons. It's in reference.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. What happens if you skip a day?
We haven't. We don't dare. Before we started, the ghosts would haunt our village. They would come to us and take our children. They would eat our young. They would destroy our crops. They would treat us as enemy combatants.
I'll look at matches at this point and say, does that sound like ghosts to you? Because as far as I know, ghosts don't eat people. Sounds like something different.
Well, I don't know. I just find it harder to believe that this pole and their celebratory acts would stop a horde of the undead from grazing upon them every 40 days.
Oh, but why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it work?
Out the pole,
I mean,
making all this grow.
I'm not quite sure
Something-
if it's the pole. I think it may be something that was on the vessel.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So this guy that we're talking to, whatever his name was, because
Kel,
forgotten already.
Kel Pratt. Yeah, you always forget names.
Vale's forgotten already.
Yeah.
So are you like you're the leader of the town?
I'm the chieftain. Yep.
You're the chieftain. Okay. Are you like the lead historian as well, or do you know someone
yes,
else
yes.
who's more versed in the history?
Well, of course, I know all the history of our people.
Of course you do. Of course you do. But I mean, is there a keeper of the history?
No, we just kind of. I'm the keeper of the history, and
Okay.
and my son will be the keeper of the history when I am gone, and his son when he is gone, or daughter, or
Gotcha.
their daughter.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's an oral tradition. We pass it down.
Ah, so you don't have anything documented.
We
is what
take-
You're saying.
Yes, but steel trap.
Understood.
We don't forget ever.
Understood. Understood.
This is all very interesting, but would you mind if I walked around while you were regaling my friends with your history?
By all means, please. This make yourselves at home. It's just joyous that you're here. it's so strange and rare that we would get visitors, not completely out of the realms of possibilities, but not many people like to stop here. They say it smells bad, but
So,
You
so
don't
tell me,
say.
Harry, little man, I have a question for you.
yes, my big green friend.
And I lean in real close and I say, how is it that you're not dead yet?
Why would I be dead?
Because you're on a hit list.
I'm on a what?
A hit list. The OSG's going to try to kill you.
The OSG. It can't be.
I was wondering if that was. I was wondering if they were on our list.
Well, why would they want to come here? The OSG doesn't want anything to do with us. We've never
You know
harmed
that
anyone.
You know the alliance has been activated, right?
What? No. We just signed that a month ago.
It's
Mhm.
already been activated.
Oh, jeez. You gotta. No. Has something
Sandra's
happened?
story is
Yes.
is mobilizing forces in Karengother as we speak.
This can't be. This can't be. Well, what are we gonna
They've
do?
already
Matches is-
assassinated most of the leaders who have signed the treaty. That's why I want to know, how are you still alive?
We have seen.
Matches will say from the background, he'll say, because they worship the pole. Sarcastically.
Flip that. Where is our clip master tonight? I do not see him in the chat.
Unavoidably.
Oh, there he is.
detained,
He's here. He just must have just made it. Welcome to the
Oh,
stream,
good.
Diamond.
Woo.
Perfect timing, because you got to clip that where Matches said because they worship the pole. That was fantastic. Well, we haven't
I meant
seen.
they've got pole worshipping going on here and it needs to be clipped.
Let me just toss this out for you. As I'm walking around, I'm going to pull out my wand of magical detection. And
Yes. All right. I
connect
figured
to
you
my
would.
goggles and just check out the area.
I figured that's what you wanted to do. So yeah. You see Matches kind of wander off on his own, and the other two seem unbothered by this. And he's pulls a wand out and starts fiddling with his goggles again and waving this what looks a lot like your pistol around actually, but it's or your revolver around. I mean, because we've seen no signs of the OSG. It's probably our guardians. They're keeping us safe. The ghost warriors, the ghost fighters. They're probably going to protect us. That's why I'm
sure
still
that's what it
alive.
is. I'm sure that's what it is.
That's why they're here. They're here to protect us.
Didn't you just say they were trying to eat you?
Only if we stop worshiping them and giving them offerings. You'll see tonight. I swear it. I swear it. You'll see tonight. Just promise you'll just watch.
Are you saying they come to the ceremony?
Well, we believe they come after to collect the offering. It's just too dangerous for us to go out into the desert and take them, because if we go into their area, they may consider us combatants. So we kind of stay here. We just don't leave. So it's just too dangerous. Far, far too dangerous.
What's this offering that you give to the pole?
Oh, it is our most innocent, our most pure gift that we could give. You'll see, I promise. And Matches, as you're walking around, the pole is glowing, the ground around the pole for about a 50-foot radius is glowing in magical light, all the flowers and bushes, and you see the trails as people run or walk through, they're transferring some of that magical energy like around.
Do I notice anything that might be psionic?
No, you're actually picking up transformation
All right.
on this.
So, like, is there a recognizable spell at work, or is this something?
No, this
Okay.
roll me an intelligence. Yeah, intelligence.
Arcana or intel?
Arcana. That works too. Wow. This appears to be the residual effects of a spell, but it must be powerful if this truly happened in the Great War 600 years ago. The residual effects of this spell still being permeated through the ground. That had to have been one powerful spell that hit that mast and infused it with magical energy.
Hmm.
And as you look around you, you see people, kids are running through the flowers, and it's picking up the magical energy and kind of trailing behind them, and then it'll die out and fall to the ground. Almost like leaves when you run through a pile of leaves and they kick up and then fall back down. It kind of looks like that.
Hmm.
Tooks, what are you doing?
Kind of watching and looking and going, okay. Weird people. No. Just going weird.
Kind of in disbelief of their culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Kind of like they're not training, they're not working, they're not worried about nothing. And the kids are just running around free.
Yeah, very undisciplined to you. It's very counterculture to you, indeed.
Halfling children are called quarterlings.
Yes, yes, they are.
Oh,
And
no.
babies are nickelings.
Yeah, and you know what? Your privileges just got hooked too, Jesse.
Okay.
That's fair. I'm not alone.
Awful. It's awful.
That was great.
It was.
My only other thinking is I'm looking, I'm going, I don't want to change into one of those hairy little things. I know that.
No, have you seen their feet? Ugh.
Though they're covered in mud, you really can't
Yes,
tell.
they're
Um,
not coming on my ship. No.
And Kel says, if there's no other questions you have for me, I need to get back to the preparations for the festivities, but we'll start at sundown. Can you be here?
Sure.
I mean, yeah.
Excellent. The more that sing, the stronger it is, and the better it works.
Oh, I don't sing.
Yeah, I don't sing.
And
You
this
might
is
yell at it, but that's about it.
I, on the other hand, have the voice of an angel.
Did I just kind of like give him the side eye? Like,
and as Kel walks away, you all kind of turn around. Matches eventually, you make your way back. Unless there's anything specific you want to do.
No, that's fine. Yes, the entire place is covered in some form of residual magic. There may be something to his story after all. This might really be some form of divine magics if they're invoking a god of some kind.
all I know is they're kind of weird and gross.
Well, yes.
There are strange, strange little things.
They've got mud all matted in their fur. It's gross.
I agree 100%.
Neris agrees and says there is some truth to his story. There was a great battle in Weld in the desert. Two great forces did come together here. They fought to the death. It was one of the largest battles before the end of the war. So it's possible that there's some truth to his story.
That's what I'm thinking. Perhaps would have to be very powerful magic to still be here. Unless,
Yes.
of course, there's something in the ground
Mhm.
that's continuing to permeate the environment.
Say a mast. That
Or-
means there would be a basket on top. You say a mast.
It's upside down.
With-
So the crow's
Right.
nest would be in the mud.
Right. Could there have been something in the crow's nest which was they were hiding, which was magical?
Anything is
Kind of
possible.
leaching out.
Hypothetical question here.
Well, my theory is that it exploded. That's just my working theory. Exploded in the air, Then the pieces fell.
What if it didn't explode? Wouldn't the ship fall faster than the mast? If it were broken apart, wouldn't the ship fall faster? What if, because didn't they say that there was a giant crater that was created and then it filled in with water and then the water subsided and all this grew up around it? What if there is a ship down there?
It's possible. I mean, of course, it all depends on aerodynamics and things.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
uh-huh.
Resistance,
What?
9.8 newtons per
Huh?
second.
What?
Yeah.
I don't under- what?
Brata,
Technically,
polish your
technically,
sword.
everything falls at the same speed. It's just air resistance and friction.
And then Abrata just has this like look, like you can see the question marks just blinking over her head. Like she looks so confused.
It fall down.
I mean, I get that much. What is this? Air force and resistance quality and mud. You know what?
Jibber-jabber.
I'll let you smart people talk
Yeah.
about this.
Do those funky goggles let you look way down deep? Like if you go up and look in the water, can you look down in the water and see if you see anything?
No. However, I have something that can help. Something that I've been. I could look in the water. Or Vale is usually our adventurous one.
Yes. Yes, I am. Where do you want me to go?
You want to go swimming?
No.
Are you
Vale,
sure?
Vale doesn't do water. He's a cat.
Well, if it's surrounded by water and you got to go down, how else is he going to go down without going swimming?
Okay, I don't swim.
If you need me
Unless
to
I
do it, I can go
absolutely have
down
to.
there and see.
Brata, Brata, you go. And yeah, you go.
All right, so Brata's going to.
One moment, Brata. 1 moment.
What? I thought you wanted me to go down there.
Well, I do, but I would like for you to be able to come back as well. Here, I'll dig into my toolbox and I'll pull out like this collapsible. It looks like a diving helmet. This with all these little wires and stuff on it, and little turny things, and little glowy bibble bobs. It's a cap of water breathing. But of course, as an artificer, mine looks like some kind of device. You wear this, and it'll help.
Okay. So then I'll put the. You said it's a cap of water breathing.
Yes, it's basically what it is.
Okay, yeah, I'll put it on.
It's one of the things I can make certain magic items. That's one of them I can make.
Yep, like at will. Okay. You head over to the
You
water.
make things at will. I make a sword appear.
No, I actually built this thing, so I've had it for a while. I was waiting for a chance to use it. I was like, I'll never get to use this.
You were next to a big giant ocean just a little bit ago, or a lake, or whatever it was.
Yes, but I usually don't like to go swimming unless it's an emergency or I'm trying to bathe. But here, I'll pull out the screwdriver and tighten up like the face mask and everything. Can you hear us? Dunk, 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 dunk.
Yeah, I can hear you. It's a little muffled.
You'll be just fine. Trust
Oh,
me.
yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I be?
All right.
All right. So I will turn around and I will jump in the water.
All right.
Damn it. I'll look at Vale. Would she even be able to recognize anything that she saw?
Probably. I
Would
mean,
she know what she's looking at?
like probably when she comes back, she could probably give us a pretty accurate picture of what she sees.
I hope so.
She may not know what it is, but
Well, if she comes back and tells us there's this big lumpy thing,
see, big lumpy thing would be good.
There could be many big lumpy things under the water veil.
There could be. That is very true.
Or Cass, or who knows?
And you all
Also
are
true.
standing there. You kind of walk up after he jumps in, after Brata jumps in, and you walk
Oh,
up.
Brad is a
No, Brata is a she.
Yep, Brata's a
Okay.
she.
Okay.
Just keeping everybody on their toes, making sure y'all are paying attention. Brata jumps in, and you all walk up to follow her to the edge of the water, and you look down, and the water's crystal clear. You can see as Brata sinks and gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, until it's just kind of a blur at the bottom. You can't really see
That
anymore.
one deep hole.
Yeah, and it just keeps going. Brata, you see all kinds of interesting things down here. There are baskets, half rotten like picnic baskets or bowl shaped baskets, hand woven things. You see splintered pieces of wood that look like they've fallen off of this mast and down into the hole. But one thing that you notice is the center. You kind of go around this thing. It's like a donut kind of, but not a cake donut.
A donut singularity.
It's a donut singularity.
It's a donut. Then in the center where the mask sticks in this muddy thing,
You mock
it's-
my pain.
it's a it's a column of mud, basically, and muck, and you're curious, so you
Oh, it's
touch
a
it.
big lumpy thing.
Yeah, it's a big lumpy column of mud. You like pull
Lumpy thing.
a handful of it. Yeah, it's muddy. It's just mud and dirt, but it's held together. Its shape is held together, and eventually, probably 30 feet down, yeah, you touch the bottom, and you're walking around kicking up mud and everything. And up top, you all see some folks start walking around, dressed interestingly. They're wearing these thin veil, blue like bed sheets. Some of them just draped in head to toe in these very thin, wispy, light blue sheets. There are some children that run by with their faces painted bright white, and their eyes are circled in this bright red, and a couple of them are carrying wooden swords and shields, and they're pretending to fight one another as they run around. But you don't really see anything of interest, Brata. That's mud and just mundane things down here.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, then I will turn around and swim back up to the top.
All right, you kind of kick off the weights or whatever that Matches gave you to help you get to the bottom, and your whole, breathing relatively well with this cap on. His instructions were to breathe normal. The first couple were unnatural to take, but eventually you got used to it, and you come back up to the top with even say you could bring a handful of mud back up if you'd like, or a basket or some trinket that you found.
Veil.
Yeah, I'd bring back a basket full of mud.
Okay. Sure.
What you got there, Brata?
It's a basket full of mud.
I
That's
see.
basically all that's down there. Is like there's a bunch of baskets, which is weird as hell in and of itself, and then mud. There's like a mud column and some splinters of this mast. There's not much of interest down there, and then I'll reach out and I'll hand the basket to Matches.
Wait, splinters of the mass?
Yes.
Well, I dare say that may be the kind of stuff we're looking for, Brato.
Okay, well, here's what I brought you.
Veil, I
Yes.
believe you can handle this.
What do you want me to do with it?
You should search it for clues.
Sure. Okay. So I'll take it over off to the side, and I'll find a nice, fairly clean, open space where I can dump the basket out.
All right. You can dump the basket out, and you're going to kind of dig through the mud and the muck.
Sure.
All right. Go ahead and make an investigate.
Okay. Where'd my character sheet go? Oh,
I
there it
I
is.
don't know where you put
Nope,
it.
that's not it.
It's over
Brief.
there.
While
Right
Vale is
there.
doing that, Tooks, what about you? You see the same scene, these kids running around playing with swords, and it actually unnerves you a little bit because you remember growing up, you were always told, war is not a game. You don't pretend
That's
to fight.
not how you practice.
Do you,
Not how you do this. Wars, they should not be playing like that.
do you want
Sword fighting is not a game.
you kind of reprimand the kids? It's not. You shouldn't play like that.
I'm just looking at him going, should really show them how to really do it properly.
How precious.
Rata, you hear that, and you remember you too were taught that shouldn't. War is not a game. You don't pretend to fight. And you hear Tooks kind of saying this out loud as well. A moment there.
Correct. You are correct, Tooks. You are right to chide these children. If they come near me, I'm going to give them what for.
23 on the investigate.
23 on the investigate. Yeah, you find in the muck, in the mud, it takes you a while. You not really cool about doing this because it's going to get stuck in your fur, and then you're going to have a bath later, and you really don't want to lick your paws clean. But because this stuff stinks, and as you dig through it, that smell just gets stronger and stronger, and you do latch onto some of the splintering kind of pieces of wood. They're small, fit inside a regular sized basket. Where's my, there we go. Now I'm in frame.
Okay.
It's a hand woven basket, obviously from the reeds that they probably grow around here somewhere.
Okay.
And there are several of the splinters, some anywhere from 6-8 inches, down to just little slivers.
Okay.
That's about all you find in here.
So just a bunch of slivers.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give them to matches.
Yes, I really don't want to do this, but I feel like I need to. I can go down there with my wand and with my magical detection device, and quite possibly I need to see what's down there. The curiosity is killing me.
Okay, here's this hat thing you gave me earlier.
It's a helmet.
It's a thing you wear on your head. That means it's a hat.
Boom. And I turn the knob and it slowly like mechanically shrinks until it fits my head. Like I believe you'll do. But before I go in, I pull into my bag and pull out my little ball. Leopold, you're coming with me. Throw it on the ground.
Leopold, I choose you.
Turns into my cannon.
There you go. All right. And you have your magical detection device out as you go down, and yet you're seeing all these splinters as well in the mud and the muck poking out in every direction, just all glowing. Your suspicion is confirming that there is, the shrapnel basically from this exploding mast has been embedded into the mud for years and is just slowly leaching magic out. The baskets are not magical, but all of the splinters and everything. Yeah, and as you, you had a really good intelligence check earlier, right? Didn't you?
Yeah, it was 26.
26 on your investigation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This confirms that you're pretty sure that there was some sort of an explosion and pieces scattered about. And you notice as you look up, the sky, it's crystal clear water all the way to the top. You could see the top. You could see Brata looking over the edge at you, kind of waving. And you see that the sky is starting to get a little dark as the evening is coming quickly.
Like there is a bottom to this or no?
Yeah, there's a bottom. Eventually, about 30 feet down, you hit bottom. It's walkable. It's mucky, like really soft and soggy and mucky. But
Ugh.
Basically,
But no
they made a
helm.
giant well. Literally a well. And filled
Yep.
with groundwater type idea.
Wait, Carissa was her name? Yeah,
Clarissa,
right.
yeah.
She said it was buried.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, actually, she described it pretty well. I believe she said that there was a pole and it was under the pole, right?
That's what she said.
I think what she said was in the haunted well, there's a pole, and there in the haunted well, there is where the other helm is. I don't think she actually said it was buried beneath the mast. I could be wrong.
I think she said, I don't know if it was under the mast, but I remember we kept talking about having to dig it up.
Yes, she did say it was buried.
Okay.
I'll come back up.
All right.
Filthy, disgusting. Yes. Yes, this is definitely a debris crater from an explosion.
I mean, yeah, isn't that what I told you?
You said it was mud and baskets, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find that helm. Oh, I gotta get this off me. I'll take the helmet off and then I'll dig in my bag and I'll pull out these little mechanical balls with little propellers on them and throw them in the air around me. And that's how I'll use
Prestidigitation.
prestidigitation to clean and dry myself. So they're like flying around me going.
I love it. I absolutely love it. That's awesome.
And the last one will come and spray like some nice smelling cologne.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Does Vale catch a glimpse of him doing this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's doing it right out. You know.
What?
Eh?
Oh, you're right. You're right, Vale. I am so sorry. How rude of me. Brata, allow me. And I'll send him to clean Brata off.
But he has mud stuck in his fur. Mud caked in his fur. That's so gross. It's like these little things running around here with mud caked in their fur.
Well, you
Thank
got
you,
mud and water on you,
Brata.
too. You're covered in mud and water, too.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're right.
And Neris looks at Matches and goes, "I appreciate you. The commander should always be clean, and
You know it.
should be the cleanest one here."
Now, Vale.
And Neris
I
walks
always
over.
like- I always like to save the best for last, Vale. Here.
And just about that time, Neris is reaching out to grab Vale. It looks like he's going to pick him up and throw him into the pool of water to wash him off. But then Matches his little gizmos come out and start doing the cleaning for him. So he backs off.
I give him a little smell, too. Like, it'll give him like a nice lemony, citrusy smell.
Ooh,
Fancy.
fancy. And with that, you hear a horn blow and a large gathering of people at the edge all the way around. Now you are standing inside nearest the pond, and around the outside edge of this 50-foot radius of grass and whatnot, a large circle of people has gathered around. Drumming has begun, and you hear Kel Pratt start speaking. The drums die down a little bit. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here we go.
Hope we're not sacrifices now.
Yeah, that wouldn't be very good.
And Kel,
Vale has his hand on his crossbow.
It would be very unhealthy for these little folks if they attempted this.
I mean, yeah, they wouldn't have a chance in hell against us.
Leopold is still right here.
yeah. And he calls out, he says, "Friends and family, join me as we say the prayer to keep watch for another 40 day. Oh, shrine." Everyone joins in. The entire chorus of people start into this prayer. Those strong and powerful knights of the sands, keep watch on us for another 40 day. We're grateful that you are here and will always remember you are the greatest warriors to walk the land. You've slain man, monster, and beast, each that has crossed your path, and each you have slain to keep us safe. We do not know why you spare us, but we are thankful. We offer you this, our most innocent, pure creation, in exchange for your continued protection, O great warriors of the sand. And as he says that offering, a small boy begins to walk forward, carrying a basket similar to the one that you found down in the water. Everybody can make a investigate as you're watching him walk forward. The basket is covered with a cloth, checkered colors, blue and white. It's that thin, veil-y material. The child is actually dressed in that blue veil with bright red makeup around his eyes. Painted face is gray and ashen white, almost gray.
Oh, are they going to sacrifice a child?
And I'll lean over towards Tux. Are we gonna let them sacrifice that child?
You see him walk up, and Vale,
You know the prime directive, you cannot interfere.
I was thinking it. I just didn't want to say it.
you see a small tear pouring down the child's face. As you look at him, reminds you a bit of yourself as a small boy, asked to give up something that you didn't want to give up for the greater good. He sets the basket down at the edge of the water, there at the base of the mast, and he walks backwards away from it slowly, his head bowed, his hands clasped together. But you see that he is very sad. And
Okay.
the prayer continues.
I mean, what will you do? Kill them all but let him live?
O great warriors of the sands, the most powerful knights of the land, you are the most grand, and we thank you. And about that time, it kind of dies off. And about 8 kids step from each side of the circle together, and they yell. They run at each other, attacking with their swords and shields and bashing one another. Kind of looks like they're mimicking a melee combat in a war.
Oh, but I want to watch and have the wand out, the magical detection device.
The basket is still sitting on the edge of the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Child went in the water.
No, the child went back to the circle.
Oh, okay.
He walked back to his, presumably his parents, who kind of hold him and comfort him a bit.
I'd like to make my way over to the child, just kind of around the back of everybody, because I'm assuming that everybody's kind of gathered in a big circle kind
Yeah,
of a thing.
absolutely.
I'd like to make my way towards them, and if I can get up close enough, I'd like to see if I can find out what the child got rid of. What did they ask of you, or something like that?
Oh,
His
only
favorite teddy bear.
I was gonna move closer to the basket and just kind of look in the basket and see if I can
Kidney.
see what they put it in.
Kidney.
the basket is covered with a cloth, so you would have to actually get down and pull the cloth up.
Oh, no problem. Here.
Vale, as you're making your way around, you hear a great gasp. And everything stops, and everyone looks at Tux as Tux has touched the basket. And Kel cries out, "Please, do not interfere. You could doom us all. Do not destroy that basket, whatever you do, stranger.
I won't destroy it.
Just let it be. It's for all our safeties. You do not understand the powers and you catch a glimpse inside it. It looks like a food offering.
Okay, I put the thing back down and I step away. I just wanted to get a look.
I know, but it's to them.
Was
To they're almost offended that you would, do that. So, and as you kind of put it down and walk away, they say, "Okay, good, thank you. Please do not interfere and let the ceremony resume." And they go back to the battle and everything. Vale, as you make your way around the outside of the circle, you get close to the kid and you kind of move your way in. Get down on all fours sometimes to get kind of around.
Oh yeah, get down to
people.
his level.
Yeah. And you ask him what it was. And he said it was my favorites. My sweetbreads, my hard candies. It's my favorites. It was my turn. And he's, not one of the kids out there playing war. So
Okay. Yeah, sometimes giving stuff up like that is it's a hard thing to do. You should be proud of yourself.
that's what my dad says. It's
Who
hard.
knows if who knows? Sometimes when you give something up like that, it comes right back to you. We'll see what happens.
Really? That would be
Really?
awesome. And his face kind of lights up a little bit, and you could see the mud streak tear lines on his cheeks. He looks a little happier. See, Vale's not all evil. He made a kid smile.
Vale likes kids, though.
I do like kids.
Yeah,
Just
you
let
do.
that kid check for his wallet when Vale leaves, though.
This is sounding dangerously close to a VeggieTales episode, Diamond says. VeggieTales.
This is supposed to be an evil campaign.
Oh,
There's-
just wait.
Hard candy and lymphatic glandular tissue in the basket.
Yes, but is there a donut singularity?
Oh boy, not yet. We're
Don't
on.
make- don't make me relive it, man.
We're close. A few more songs are sung. The story of the war is told again, of which it does not deviate a bit from what he told you before.
Okay.
And the evening dies down. There's a feast. Everybody eats and eats and eats. You all are invited to join in, of course.
During the feast, I'm guessing that the offering is still sitting on the side of the water. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. During the feast, is anybody watching the offering?
No.
I want to steal the candy.
All right. Roll a stealth,
Oh fuck.
and then a
So stealth.
yep.
Stealing candy from the gods.
Stealing candy from yeah, from the offering plate.
You going to hell.
23.
23. All right, you are, right there. You get
Okay.
right up to it. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand.
Behold, there's a
21.
great earthquake.
21. All right, you're able to swipe the candy out of the basket.
Very good. Make my way back to the table. To the feast area. Well, I don't know if it's a table or not, because
Yeah, they've got tables set out. Sure.
And I am just like stuffing my face with as much food as I can possibly eat.
Wait, what? I hope you're not drinking anything. The food is cooked and prepared in this water.
It's all right. And then I'll like toss back some ale and a water and eat some more food.
They're eating these small crustaceans. They're breaking them in half, peeling the tail and eating the
y'all
meat out
gotta
of the
suck their
tail.
heads.
Yeah, a few of them are sucking the brains out. Like,
You got to get that yellow stuff.
why did the Just ask about yoga in South Wales.
I don't know.
Wait, what? Oh, is that what the caption said?
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, sorry, distracted.
Y'all got any potatoes and butter with that?
Yeah, they've got potatoes and corn and sausages and bread. They're having a low country crawfish
That's
boil.
just
Low
ain't
country
eating that
boil, yeah.
shit. That just is not eating that shit.
No.
Oh, Brata's
It's
eating
like,
it. Brata.
I brought a sandwich. Screw you. Mud
Many of
water
the-
food
Many of the Githyanki
smells
are
like poo.
just eating the crawfish whole, the shells and all.
Barbarians.
Seems legit.
After a while, the night dies down. People start heading off. You see the young boy, and he's heading to his house.
So I'd like to catch up to him without his parents' attention. I'm sure that have his parents, like, are they like right there with him? Or
No, he's walking home alone.
So I catch up to him and I say, hey, remember how I said sometimes when you let things go, they come back to you?
Yeah?
Which house is yours? Where do you live?
Well, right over here.
Which one's your window?
Which
Creepy ass veil.
tomorrow morning, look on your windowsill.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning on my windowsill. Okay.
Yep.
And he says, okay, and what am I supposed to look for?
You'll know it when you see it.
Okay, Mr. Cat.
It's Vale. My name's Vale.
Vale. Oh, okay. My name's. Use your channel points to name the NPC child.
Mud
And he runs off to his house. Yeah, Mudfoot, sure. Why not?
Mudfoot. Sure.
Halflings don't get names until they reach adulthood anyway. We'll just say that. So they call them by what they look like. Mudfoot, hair nose, furry ear.
You
What's
know,
that look for, Lindsay? You're making
I
I
a
mean, these names could like apply to any of the halflings in this village.
yes, exactly. That's the point.
all this homegrown country chicanery is wonderful and all, but this is not why we're here.
No, it's not. We need to find the helm.
I don't know if I can stand one more hour in this disgusting.
Oh,
muck.
this is quaint.
It's not that bad, Matches. You could just take a bath.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even smell it anymore.
It's because you ate it and it's in your nose now. Ugh.
I
Can't
didn't put
believe
food
you.
in my nose. Why would I put food in my nose?
Because the particles went into your nose. Never mind.
Particles? What are that? What's that?
Brata.
Like I don't even know if I know what particles are. All right.
Brata.
The esters from the, you know,
Wait, what is that?
Brata.
I made a boo boo.
Just
Sorry.
just clean your sword. It's matches. None of what he says makes any sense. So just clean your sword. It's fine.
What is this code for something? What? Clean your sword?
Yeah, any good warrior going into battle is going to go in with a clean sword so they can get it dirty. Duh.
How is that going to make what she
I mean,
ate
we do
digest any
sharp-
better?
Sharpen it.
I mean, sharpen
Oh
it, clean
my
it.
goodness. Oh my goodness. What is its name?
I don't know on this one. The three.
Hey,
the other
chat.
four don't have a name.
Use your channel points to name Wolf's rat.
Kenny, gotta name it Kenny.
Gotta name it Kenny.
No,
Oh.
no,
Kenny of
No.
the East Wind.
no.
That's the quickest way to derail me is to show me a furry pet.
Yes, it is.
No.
Well,
Not
I've had
any.
the same thing with feathery pets. Yeah.
I got scaly ones too,
Ooh.
Ew.
but they show up on the other show. those show up on the other games.
Yeah, if you want to see the other.
So the
Mr.
entire
Mr.
rest
and
of the
Mrs.
evening,
Wiggles.
the entire rest of the evening,
I've
I
got
love
Vale.
those
visual.
names.
Vale is going to watch that house and wait for it to go dark.
Okay, kind of figured as much.
And when it goes dark, he's going to put the bag of candy on the kid's windowsill.
Gotcha. All right. What's everybody else doing this evening? As the evening winds down, the night has gotten late. Brata and the Gith have had quite a bit of ale. You're not in like overly intoxicated or anything, but you've definitely imbibed. Is that the right word? I don't know.
Yep. That's the right one.
You drank poo water. Alcoholic poo water. God.
After the second one, it didn't matter. They all tasted the
Fermented.
same anyway.
Fermented poo water.
They call it Mudweiser here.
Oh my
whoa,
God.
Whoa. That's strike.
Oh.
That's strike
No.
two. Strike two.
Oh. No, you know what? That's a good one. I got to give him that one.
That was terrible, and you
No,
should feel
that-
bad.
No, I feel great. Oh,
No,
I
that's
just
a good
won
one.
tonight. I just won.
No.
They call it Mudweiser.
Billy, I'm on your side on this one. That's a good one.
They have a light version too.
Oh, no, that one's not.
That's
you
not
blew,
so good.
You blew it already, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Don't-
pushing
don't
it. I'm
revisit
pushing it.
Don't
I'm pushing it.
revisit. Yeah.
Um,
Get no
material, you
hack.
So we have muddy piss water. Okay.
yeah, basically.
I got my canteen and my sandwich.
Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Yeah, before you
Used
left,
to the smell.
you had the
That
druids,
ain't bad.
perform a bunch of purify food and water for you for the ship, so it wouldn't go bad. Tooks, what are you doing tonight as the night winds down and people start going home? The basket is still there.
I'm just gonna move off and find a spot and watch the basket.
You can watch the basket. Okay. What about
I want to figure out what happens to it or why it ends up in the water every time.
okay. Brata, what about you?
Rata's just gonna go back to the ship. Did they give us a place to stay in the town, or are we still sleeping on the ship?
You're pretty much sleeping on the ship. They did
All
not
right.
offer you lodging. There's no inn
right.
here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the ship, and I'm gonna ask Neris to come with me.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Of course I will accompany you. And
As long as it's brown.
like the mud.
Like poo water.
No non-brown cows allowed on the ship. Or they get
Do I get to make the cow noise again?
No.
Man, you're just like,
And Matches, what are you doing?
Matches cannot stand this. This is making him crazy. He's got to find this helm. He's got to find out what's going on. But he also knows that in the past this has made him to where he's missed a day or two of sleep. So I have this ability where I can make this little thing that can do small things. So I'm gonna make this little rock let me know when 3 hours is up. So I'll over. So I'll know I need to get some sleep.
An alarm rock?
Pretty much, yeah. It's called
An alarm rock.
Yep.
I can't help it, y'all. I'm in a mood. All right. I think this is a great place to take a break as you
Okay.
find the name of that thing. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. I'll collect myself and
Yes, please do.
you better. You're wild tonight. You're out of control.
wow, man. But we'll be back in just a few minutes, folks. Enjoy the break. We're gonna go grab some snacks, and I'm gonna try to rein myself in. We'll see you in about 15 after the hour. We'll be right back. And we're back. I have composed myself.
Have you though?
Not really. I just
No,
ate
he
more
hasn't.
taquitos.
Hmm.
Um, I just thought of another funny food they could eat, but I'm
Of
not.
course you did.
They have these little corn tortilla things filled with meat and cheese, and they call them mosquitoes. They're smoked on mesquite wood.
No.
Hey,
Right,
y'all, we're
that's-
back.
You
That's
you
definitely
peaked,
strike two.
You peaked at Mudweiser.
Hey,
Yeah.
I did. I peeked
I'll
at
give you
Budweiser.
Mudweiser, but you're at strike two for sure now.
Yep. Hey, everybody, we're back.
That's a crit fail.
Yeah.
A
Thanks.
crit fail.
That was a groan. That was a groaner. Yeah. Sorry, y'all had to hear that bad joke. Ow! It just bit my tongue. That's what I get.
That's what you get.
Karma. Whoa, what was that? Oh, wait.
Ow! That really hurt. Now my tongue's going to be all swollen the rest of the game.
That's not good.
It'll give me a funny accent.
That's
It was right on the side too. Anyway, sorry y'all. Wow. We are back. Gonna get right back into it here. Everyone except for Vale and Tooks have gone back to the ship. The Gith have gone back with Neris and Brata. Matches has gone back as well. Tooks, you
No,
find
remember I was
Oh, no,
unless
that's
I
right.
didn't find anything. Remember I was gonna look around and I set the little alarm clock thing.
Yep, that's right. You're looking around. Tooks, you find a place to kind of set up where you pretty sure you can't be seen. Kind of behind a corner of a house, but where you can see the basket. Matches, you're looking around. Are you using your goggles, magic detection, all that stuff to look around?
Yes, and just in case it becomes needed. It's not an alarm that goes wah, wah. It's like an alarm that goes like, "Psst, hey, it's time.
So you're
I know certain dungeon masters like, oh, your alarm goes off and they hear you in Toledo. And now all the enemies are coming down on top of you.
yeah, you didn't specify, so yeah, no, I get it. I just thought it was like a vibrating rock.
That's cool. Keep it right there in my front pocket, buddy.
Yeah, I just thought you'd cast like a vibrate in 3 hours kind of thing on it, you know. And so you're looking around. Vale, a couple hours go by, and you do see the house go dark.
Okay.
You go up cautiously, just reach up, set it on the windowsill. You don't. Do you look in to see if he's?
Yeah, I want to make sure it's the right windowsill, obviously.
Yeah. So you look in and you see there he is, yeah, laying on his bed, sound asleep, sacked out, muddy feet and all, muddy clothes. It's just like a hay bale that's strewn out on a bed frame, really. It's
Nice.
Dirty little things. Filthy.
Yep. And you set the candy in the bag on the windowsill.
Yep.
Then what else do you do tonight? Or is that all you're gonna do?
I'm going to wander around and see what my perception can pick up. Look at, just kind of watch the outskirts of town, see if anybody is lurking,
Okay.
skulking in the shadows,
I
Okay.
mean, other than you.
other than me. Yeah.
And matches.
And matches.
Yep.
And Tukes.
Is it Tooks or Tooks?
Tukes.
Books.
Tooks.
Tooks.
Okay. So I thought we had said that before, but I
Two
just
ox.
wanted to.
Yeah. I was just like, okay, two ox. Okay, tox. Tooks.
Tukes.
That
Tiki
works.
torch.
So yeah, you see Took sitting kind of in the shadows, watching the basket.
Okay.
You see Matches walking around with his wand devices out, like sweeping back and forth in a very methodical grid pattern.
What I'm looking for specifically is like depressions in the ground or maybe on the outskirts, holes or cave entrances or something like that. I
Mhm.
know there's probably not caves, but just to give you an idea what I'm looking for.
Gotcha. Yeah, and as you're wandering around, you're finding a lot of debris, small pieces of debris that are definitely forming your opinion. It's frustrating you. You know there's something bigger here. There has to be, right? It's just it has to be.
It's here.
But you, towards the end of the time that you're searching, you get the idea that maybe you'd have better luck looking from the air. If you're looking for
See-
something big, maybe a vision, get up above the grass and the trees, and you might be able to get a better lay of the land.
Yeah, I was thinking that earlier.
Mm-hmm. Sure you were. um, roll a perception for me.
There it goes. Oh,
17. Okay. Let's see. I got to make sure I'm sticking to the. Where'd you go? Scrolled too far. All right. Cool. Yeah, you. Night passes. You don't see anyone come about. You don't see anyone mess with the basket. Nope. Nope. Sits there. All night.
hmm.
Vale, what are you actually looking for?
I'm looking
Just-
for I'm looking for people in town sneaking out or people outside of town sneaking in.
All right, make me a perception check.
12.
You don't see anybody moving in or out of town. At one point, you see matches go back towards the ship. Other than that, you don't see anybody in the darkest of the night. It is quiet here, though. It's too quiet, actually. There seem to be no animals making noises. Like you would think in an environment like this, you should hear frogs or crickets or something,
Mhm.
birds, something. Nothing. There's no animal noises at all.
Noted.
You also observe that, Tooks, and realize that it's, you know from your training that there would be something, and your keen senses that you've honed in this way are just not picking up anything.
We haven't seen any bugs or anything all night, have we?
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, just you would think with the marshy land you'd see mosquitoes or some type of bug,
Mm-hmm.
and no, like frogs or anything. Nothing to make the magic.
So while y'all are all out there doing that, Brata, you and Neris and the Gith get back to the ship. The Gith go downstairs to their bunk rooms, and a couple of them stay on watch as they usually do, patrolling the deck of the ship. Neris, this has been quite the journey these last few days. It's strange being here and hearing the story of a battle that I was nearly in. My ship hadn't have been diverted, we would have been here myself.
What can you tell me about what happened here?
I wasn't here, but I heard the story. It's very, very similar to what Mr. Pratt was saying. It was a great battle here, but it was the ships of the Sacred Grove and the ships of the Mind Flayers clashed above this desert. They were not on the ground. It was two fleets came together in a great aerial battle. The story says that it was a stalemate, that both sides pretty much destroyed each other, men falling from the skies, landing in the desert, dying from the impact, ships exploding, some barely able to make it home. It was not a pretty sight when they returned to our home. They were definitely beaten.
Did you hear tell of any ships that exploded or went missing? I mean, it sounds to me like back in your time from before, there were entire fleets of airships. Is that right?
Yes, both sides had hundreds of ships of all different types. Not just like this one. Large ones that could carry 100 men. Small ones that were fast. And then different types of this size ship that could carry a small squad of people and maneuver fairly easily. But, we were spread all across the land. And yeah, there were ships that didn't make it back. There were men that didn't make it back on both sides. I'm sure there's remnants scattered across this land.
But I have to wonder, were there any particularly magical ships? Because this one, this pole out here in this water seems to be pretty damn magical.
Well, the Ilthid were known to use magic. Strong, heavy magic. Of course, they were from another plane, so their magic is much stronger than ours. I know that you fight against the Order that I fought for. And I've heard you talking to your friends about the Ilthid, the Mind Flayers that you met, the ones that you struck a bargain with, and I'm not excited about this at all.
As far as I'm concerned, we didn't strike an agreement with them. That was a lie that was told to get us out of a situation that was going to get us killed.
Yes, but perhaps you underestimate them. They can tell when you're lying pretty easily. And oftentimes will allow it. Allow you to believe that they agree with your lie, just so they have more power over you in the future. This is how my race became enslaved. They led us to believe that the things we were told were true and the things that we said would be upheld, but again, they were not. We were enslaved for hundreds of years. I do not wish to see that happen to me again.
We do not intend for that to happen again. But you also have to understand that the Order has gone sour, and they think it's okay to murder innocent children in their homes.
Yes, that I cannot abide by either. So, do we fight for the right? Do we fight for ourselves? Do we fight for those who can't fight for themselves? I'm trying to understand our...
I mean, I just want to kill my enemies, keep them from, harming other children who are just in their orphanages, minding their own business.
I understand. Protecting the innocent. A noble cause indeed. Well, I will be with you for as long as our charges should align.
At what point would you say that our purposes would no longer align.
If I had to stand beside an Ilthid warrior and fight with him, I could not ask myself nor my men to do that. No matter who, I would rather be slain than fight for them.
So far, that would be my feeling as well. And I don't believe that my companions have any intention of selling out to these mind flayers. It's clear that they can't be trusted.
Yes, they cannot be. Let us hope that they have not woven a story into the minds of your companions and bring that story full face. I think I must turn in, though, Brata. It has been a long travel and long day, and this place tires me.
It's quite strange, indeed. Turning in would be a good idea.
Excellent. And he turns to head downstairs.
And I will follow.
All right. Where do you follow to? Do you follow him all the way to his?
Oh yeah.
You all have kind of your own rooms, areas. So
Oh, yeah.
you follow him to his room.
To his room, yeah.
Okay.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Okay. And he stops and he looks at you. Do you need companionship?
Yes. I
Right.
believe you do as well.
It has been a difficult day. I could use the company.
Baby Megan.
I don't know. Can like a
A
Gith
half
and
orc and a
half-orc-
Githyankia.
Man, that'd be a real
That-
weird baby.
That's an experiment matches can get behind. I say try it,
It's an orc Yankee.
but just allow me to watch so I can take notes.
I could see matches with his little goggles and his gizmos and he's like,
This is
Yeah.
Or would it be a
this is
Gith Orkney?
That sounds like a flower, Giforkney.
it does. What do you think, chat? Wow. So
it's a
yeah,
beautiful natural thing.
if you've been watching, you know that Brata has on occasion made the obvious nod to this. Brata has, since they met, basically slowly endeared herself to Neris and seems to have worked.
Oh yeah.
So the door closes. And matches as you walk back to the ship. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
What the hell is that sound?
Why is the ship rocking?
I wasn't going there. I was going to let y'all do it.
Sounds like a room full of dwarves slam dancing.
Oh my.
What have I done?
With heavy boots.
Heavy boots. Ooh, all right.
That's why it's
Mark,
that's
are
why
you
it's-
still here?
That's why it's knocking the boots.
I think Mark's gone. Oh well.
Been gone for a while, thank
Yeah.
God, or that would have broke him,
That would have been.
and I
can
wouldn't
tell-
be hearing the.
You'll never hear the end of that in the Discord if you were here. The
Yes.
sound of the bunk about to explode. That's correct, Anvil. Diamond. Definitely.
Mhm.
The ship is listing. What is this? Man the lifeboats.
What am I doing? Oh boy, what am I doing?
You're about to roll Neris's proficiency in love making.
Oh God. Okay.
But he's been dead so long he gets
Ooh,
disadvantaged.
charisma.
Rolled a 13 on his charisma, so he's got some moves.
Oh my goodness.
All
Some
right, Bronza,
old-
roll a wisdom save.
It's
You
an
know
old
what?
school moves.
Like, yeah, let's just
Sure, let's let the dice decide.
let's just move on.
Oh, is it a wisdom or is it a saving throw?
That would be a charisma save to see if you're enthralled by him.
Charisma save it is then.
Well, what
There
if
you
she willingly fails that roll?
Well, I mean,
Oh
have
well,
that
yeah, you
choice.
have that choice. You can say I choose to fail. I mean,
I think it should be a dexterity saving throw.
no, that's
That comes
that
later.
comes later. Yeah.
Look out.
Oh,
Oh, nat 20 on the acrobatics. That make that dex
Oh.
save.
Oh,
He done pulled out the Githyanki Kama Sutra book.
God.
Oh, can I do
wow.
this?
No.
Yes.
Oh, what
Brought-
have we
brought-
done?
Brata is going to be useless in the morning.
What have we done?
This is what you asked for.
This
Oh,
is what you asked for.
I didn't figure we'd like role play all this with a bunch of bad jokes and rolls. Jesus.
Have you played D&D with us before?
No, this is the first time.
Yeah, obviously.
We at the United Venture Company do not condone premarital sex, though, right?
What?
I,
Talking
I
about?
don't disapprove of it.
I was just trying to make.
Okay.
Did you make your dex save, or are you going to willfully fail that as well?
I mean, why would I? Why? Okay, you want me to make a
Submit.
dex save?
I mean,
Sure.
you didn't beat his 26.
Doesn't beat a
He did not beat his
26.
26.
Yes, he is having his way with you.
Matches, he's got a broomstick. He's like below deck going, cut, no, that.
Silence up there. All right, we'll move on from that.
Yes, please.
Well, what happened? Where did everything go?
I don't know. Where'd everything go?
Into the gutter.
Yeah, I got it back. As you all basically turn in for the night or stay up long enough, let me look at something real quick. Let's see here.
The wandering sexual encounter charge.
Wow.
What was that about hookers and blow?
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. I'll
Yeah.
stop. I'll behave.
It's okay.
Go back to taking notes.
All right, cool.
And we're broken.
We're broken, y'all. I'm done. I'm fried now. Why did I allow that to happen?
I haven't played D&D like that since I was like 13.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess
We
I'm
lost a
not
couple
sure.
of viewers. I guess we offended some
Yeah.
folks. I'm sorry. Um, the sun starts peeking up, Tooks. In fact, you've been sitting here leaned up against this tree for so long. The sun kind of glints off the water. It hits you in the face and it makes you blink a little bit. You realize you at some point dozed off. And you look and you don't see the basket. But you go over. You know you were, if you dozed off, it was for a brief moment. Your training has taught you never to fall asleep, but the journey, the stench, the just exhaustion of the day. You're out of practice too. I mean, you haven't been on a mission in, 10 years probably. So you go over and you see that there are indeed footprints in the sand. Right there. Looks like a trail that leads off back out of the city into the desert if you follow it.
I see Vale anywhere?
No, you do not see Vale. He's either hiding or went back to the ship. Vale, what did you do in the night?
I think I found a tree to get comfortable in. Yeah. Are there
Okay.
any trees? Sort of.
Yeah, there's some trees. Sure, we'll say they're far and few between, but there are trees.
Yeah, I found a tree. I found a tree to get comfortable in.
Okay.
I kind of I'll walk towards the edge of the, before you go, of this oasis and just see where it goes from there. Follow it to the edge of the oasis.
Yeah.
What
So
I see.
you see a trail leads off into the distance. Vale, you see Tooks walking out to the edge of the oasis, looking off into the distance.
All right, I'll compose myself and go and catch up with him.
All right.
I may have only dozed for a minute. Then I had a glint hit my eye and the basket was gone, but there was footprints from there to here, then into the desert.
So it looks like the footprints keep going then?
Yeah, if he points them out to you, you can see it's a trail that leads off into the desert for sure.
Okay. I think we should follow the footprints.
Just us, or should we get the others?
One second. Pull out the scroll. Speak to Brata in her mind. Good morning, Brata. We may have found tracks leading out of the city, and the basket is gone.
We found rabbit twacks.
Be very, very quiet.
All right. So yeah, if that wakes me up, then I will definitely be interested in joining the others and figuring out what's going on.
Yeah, you hear the voice, it wakes you up, you roll over and you kind of squint and roll your eyes open to the sight of Daris laying next to you, half under the covers of his bed and half out. And it suddenly is reminder of what happened the night before. And why you may be a bit tired and sore as you get up this morning.
Well, Neris or Brata's not really going to react in any kind of way other than to poke Neris and be like, "They found tracks. Let's go." And get up and get dressed and go out.
That is perfect, Brata. I swear
Yep.
that is. Neris is like, "Oh, okay, yes, very well," and he starts getting up. He's getting dressed, getting his pants on. We going on foot or are we flying?
I'm going to assume they're just in town. They said the basket's gone. That's where they were last. So we'll just go on foot.
How about matches? You've been up for a while, I take it. Probably
Yes,
got
but
up
no
early.
one has told me anything about tracks yet. No one speaks in my mind.
You see.
You don't want to get lost.
Oh, good one. All right. Now you're getting in there.
Place. That's a scary
Yeah.
place to be.
There are a lot of places to get lost in there, trust me.
There's big dark holes.
Mhm.
Vast spaces
No,
of empty.
the vast empty spaces would be Brata's mind, not
Yes,
matches.
not matches. Yes.
I feel like as part of the
No,
message,
there's lots of corners and sharp edges, and the lights are real low.
I feel like as part of the message, Vale would have said, "Find matches."
Seems reasonable. Neris also says we should probably gather the rest. So
All right.
he'll seek you all out. He'll seek you out. Matches wherever you are on the deck or polishing the
On the
tie
deck.
offs, whatever.
I don't polish nothing. The Yankee Crews polish this stuff.
That they do.
Yeah.
They polish your knobs. And
Oh,
gizmos.
Jesus.
No, I'll polish my own things. Thank you. They can polish the other things on the ship.
Ooh, okay. Y'all,
Jeez.
y'all are a bunch of kids tonight, I swear.
You're the one that
You
like,
said it.
you're the one that
You
said
thought
that.
it.
Oh,
Well, that's true, but I didn't say it out loud.
oh wow.
That's why I'm here, to be your outer monologue.
And
Tracks,
right.
you
rare
say?
form.
Tracks that go into the desert. We need to examine those immediately.
Yes, we do. Let's go.
Why? Why is your pants on backwards?
My pants are not on backwards.
I gotta stop. I'm sorry. Stop. Behave. All right.
I know how to put my pants on. Matches.
Pants aren't on backwards. She doesn't even have them on yet.
Okay.
All right.
Let's
Bringing it in. Bringing it in. Bringing it in.
Jeez.
Serious mode time. All right. You rendezvous at the edge of the desert where you find Matches and Tooks staring at a set of footprints that are leading off into the desert.
well, can you tell how old they are?
Well, they come from where the basket was to here, so I think they're pretty new.
Hmm. Do you know how far they go?
Nope. This is as far as we've made it.
Look, you can see them go for a little ways.
By now the sun is
Walk.
up pretty high, pretty high above the horizon. You've got that morning glow of orange happening across the desert.
Vale starts walking.
Yes. I was just trying to decide if we should take this ship or not. But
I'm gonna say
Get a
no
better
because
view?
it's footprints.
that's the only. It is a better view, but we definitely wouldn't be able to see the tracks from there.
Or,
Or we can go get the magic Dalmatian wagon.
No,
Or we could just go.
The
on
who?
foot.
we could just go.
Yes, let's go. I don't want to complicate it. Let's go.
All right. You start off into the desert. In the morning, it's still nice and cool. There's actually a slight breeze coming from the oasis that at your back keeps you kind of cool. But you walk for a while following these tracks, and they do not waver. It is a straight line, an exact straight line. And as you get a little further out, the oasis gets. Go ahead.
What kind of tracks are they?
They look like
Yeah,
humanoid.
All right.
I mean, are they shoed or are they like halfling foot
Oh no, they are boots.
boots?
They're
Are
boots.
they, okay, that's right. They don't wear boots. They wear mud socks.
Yeah, mud socks. They dip their foot in a bucket of mud every morning, put it by the fire, and let it dry. That's their boot. You follow out for a while, and it gets about midday. It's getting pretty warm out here, but you guys are no strangers to heat and humidity or dry conditions. You have come across a few small, very small, isolated areas of this terraforming event. And when you've investigated, you found a small sliver of wood or a plank, but nothing to the extent of the mast in the ground and the oasis created. All right.
Okay.
Everyone make a perception check for me.
Perception.
Um,
Nope.
Not my thing.
Hey, Nera sees it. Brata sees it. Matches. Do you see it, Matches? Pull up my notes.
I got a 15.
Let's see. Yeah, I can see what it is. Yes, you see it too. Off in the distance, you see a shape starting to come into view. It's a large mound. The sun is shining and reflecting off of it. It looks metallic almost. And as you get closer, it's larger and larger and larger. You realize it's not metallic at all. It's actually stone. This huge rock sticking up out of the sand. And as you get closer to it, you're probably 200-300 yards away. As you get closer to it, the soil gets more rocky and less sandy, and then mixed rocks and sand. And you get even closer and you notice that this rock has been polished smooth on the top from the wind and sand eroding around it. And it is shining, reflecting the sunlight off of it.
Hmm.
And you get close enough to it, put y'all on the map.
Ooh, yeah, man.
Yeah, just for outside. You see around the outside of this is that lush green grass growing around the outside of this rock. Seems centralized. Also in the rock, there is a cave-like entrance. It's dark inside. It is jagged rocks, but there is a cave here.
Hmm.
Man, we could be in luck. Oh. Carissa didn't say where it was buried, but she did allude to it was underground.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps whoever resides in this rock, well, they may know.
Yeah.
Well, what are we waiting for? And I'll start like just trotting ahead too.
Okay. I'll follow right behind.
Yes, I'm right behind them.
Okay.
Tromp, 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 tromp.
Yeah, as you get near the footprints now have long faded, but you've been following this trail of terraforming, kind of weaving your way through the desert. Presumably, the wind blowing across the sands has taken the footprints away, which is the terraforming breadcrumb trail, if you will, has led you here.
Okay.
And by the time you get to the entrance of this rock, this cave entrance, it has gotten the sun kind of about 2/3 of the way down in the sky, mid-afternoon.
Oh, okay.
The rocks casting long shadows next to you. You've been walking almost all day. Your water sources are pretty well depleted. So if nothing else, this cave will give you shelter for the night.
Well, if we need it.
Somebody have a washing machine out of balance there?
That's my furnace.
Oh, okay. Your furnace is out of balance.
He's getting into character. He's turning the heat up.
Right on.
Actually, a long time ago, Matches has put heat resistance on his armor in case someone tried to use heat metal on him again.
That would never happen.
Mm-mm.
Oh, he was prepared.
Yes. All right. As you enter the cave, anything you want to do outside the cave before we go inside?
I mean, just
Um,
kind of keep an eye out, take a look around and see if there's anything outside, but
Feel free to make investigate, insight, or nature check, or any of those type of things that you want to do.
yeah, sure, we'll do investigation. 12.
Magical to the area, but
Nat 20.
On what, nature, or I'm not looking at
Investigation.
investigate. Okay.
Got to 18 on the investigate.
Where is it? Are you serious? Neris doesn't have that spell? Whatever. All right, so the nat 20, this is not natural. Obviously, you've got grass growing in the middle of a desert. It is very, very similar to the oasis grass. It's that soft mud. Matches you would also make the same conclusion. So it doesn't have the smell.
There's got to be water around here. I'm starting to get kind of thirsty. Let's go in this cave.
By all means, let's go into this cave.
Sure. Into the cave.
One moment. I'm gonna go ahead and whip Leopold out.
Tromp, 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 tromp.
All right, into the cave. And I know that it's dark for you all.
We got that 90-foot improvision.
I may have to reset the fog of war on this map because
Vale's got dark vision, so
I
Yeah,
had dynamic lighting turned on, but I don't think your character's saved. Go ahead and drag them on to this corner of the map right here, please.
okay.
Which corner? Oh, okay.
The bottom right corner.
I see it. Yeah.
See if that opens up any map for you all. Not.
Nope.
That's what I was afraid of. Okay. Fog of War. Standard is on. Stop turning it off automatically. Save. Okay. Reveal areas. There we go. Drag yourselves inside that square. And as you step inside the cave, let me grab Neris. Or Lindsay, if you want to grab Neris and put him on there, please, as well. He has indicated to any of the gift that you brought with to stay outside.
Okay.
Oh, you all drag new. Let's drag matches in there. And Leopold.
Wait, I was in there, wasn't I?
Yeah, but you were just outside the box. Polygon.
So the entrance is here.
Correct.
Okay. Well, Vale is gonna.
The cave wall twists and turns around. It is dark, but you hear scurrying inside the cave. Hang on just a second. Let me give you a good description.
Okay.
So this whole area is kind of tiered rocks, almost like a natural staircase that leads down into this narrow path between two large cave walls. It's about 50 feet to the ceiling. Once you get down to the bottom here, it opens up really big. Go ahead if you want to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
I'd light a torch since I don't have dark vision.
Very well. All right. Ahead of you is a large pile of rocks. It opens into what appears to be a much wider cavern. Trying to keep this within your dark vision field. But there we go. As you all spread out a bit, you get a pretty good lay of the land here. To that side, the walls of the cave. Up this side, you see more rocks, Vale.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a little more more rocks up there. The cave walls turn around you. Here, there seems to be another rock wall here.
Are there tracks in here?
It's kind of hard to tell. The ground's pretty rocky in here. It's kind of a mix of sand and rock, so it would be really hard to tell if there were any tracks. Vale, you step there. Brata, you step there. And Neris steps the way he does. And as you all make those moves,
I'm trying to stay behind Brata, if that's okay.
as you all make those moves, you
Bad choice.
awaken some beasts that were hiding in the shadows. Vale, you standing right in front of that pile of rocks on the other side is a very large scorpion. It is huge, actually. And Brata, in front of you is not only a giant spider, but also a small swarm of spiders behind it. Neris also face to face with a swarm of spiders himself, as these critters just start scattering as the torchlight reflects off the ceiling, awakening them all. It will be initiative.
Initiative,
Alright.
eh?
Let me clear this.
Why do I? Yeah, I was gonna say that's not right.
All right, go ahead and
Okay.
Awful.
Shouldn't I have an initiative bonus?
what's your dex?
No. Then
Oh. I rolled a natural 1.
Are you in there? Oh yeah, there you are. Okay.
yeah,
Everybody in.
now I got it.
Settings. Sort descending of, as usual, Brata gets to go first.
Well, it's because I get
Fuck yeah.
advantage on initiative rolls.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, here we go. Bonus action rage, and then I'm going to.
Oh, real quick, before I just want to make this point. So, because time is tight, I want to make sure that combat goes pretty quickly. Try to have your turn ready in 10 seconds, or just take the dodge action.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
So, does 17 hit?
The spider, I'm pretty
Yes.
sure it does. I got to pull up its character sheet real quick because it closed on me for some reason. Dang it. Thanks. Actually, this thing is a giant spider. So you'll be okay. Yes, you did take it at disadvantage because it is a much larger creature. 17 does hit. Yes, it is a large beast, as
All
is the
right.
scorpion. So attacks from medium
So-
creatures will be at disadvantage.
Yeah, so the Rage Divine Fury damage is 9 and slashing is 11, so that's 20 damage. And then I'm going to take my second attack,
Okay,
18.
hits.
All right, and that's another 19 damage.
And with two quick swipes of the blade, you take out this giant spider that sprung to life in front of you, and feeling your power. Next is the small swarm of spiders right in front of you as they scatter. Seeing the, let's see, there are 6 of them, but they attack as one thing. So, right, where's their they're going to all climb up on here. And where's your bite attack? Damn it. Swarm has more than half the hit points. Okay. They get a +3, so that's going to be... damn it. D20 +3. No, +2. Really? Really? They are kind of falling through the cracks of the rocks. And they miss you. Vale.
Vale.
You are on the other side, just a few feet away from this
Yes.
giant scorpion.
Yes. So Vale would like to. I think it's nope. Sharpshooter. I think it's sharpshooter. Yes. So now, because you said this is a large creature, and
Correct.
I would be at disadvantage.
Correct, because it's a size larger than you.
Okay, so I don't. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't make any difference. Okay. So with sharpshooter, I can take a -5 penalty to my attack roll, but +10 on the damage.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to give that a shot, and take
See
a
what
shot
you
at
did
my
there.
take a shot at with my crossbow at disadvantage. Yes, disadvantage. So go. 11.
For the giant scorpion.
Yes, please.
Come on, roll 20, open it. There it is. 11 does not hit. Your arrow
Bonus
bounces off of his scaly armor.
bonus action fire again.
Bonus action fire again.
2 11s in a row.
11.
Good.
Nope. Another one bounces off. He has got some pretty hard scales.
Apparently.
Next up is Tooks.
I take my bonus action first, casting Banishing Smite. And then, where is it? I call my pack weapon, or an option of it, and fire a longbow at it.
At what, the scorpion? Or
Yeah.
the swarm of... Okay, at the scorpion. A 22 will hit. And what does that do again? Let's see. Next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, casting time weapons, the attack deals an extra 5d10 force damage. Holy crap. That's a little OP. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah, you said that the other day.
I know. Go ahead and roll your regular damage. Just click on the longbow there, and then roll your 5d. So 9, then your 5d10 force damage
And if it goes to 50 or less on the hit points, it gets banished.
to another plane of existence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 36 and 9 is 45. And this thing has just barely over 50 hit points to start. So
So it disappears. Yay!
it has been banished. Poof, gone. Vale, before you, a longbow arrow hits this scorpion and it just disappears.
That's a neat fucking trick. That's a neat trick.
All right. The swarm of spiders down here against Neris will now roll and attack him as well. Reroll that. 14 on Neris. I don't think that hits Neris, does it?
I don't have a sheet open.
I do. Actually, it does hit him. Wow. It does hit him. Fantastic.
Neris is squishy. We established that a while ago.
Yeah, he is squishy. I just didn't remember how squishy. Doing
And me.
It's 4d4. All right.
Ooh.
4d4. 4d4 piercing damage. 9 damage to Neris. Ouchies, Neris. That's okay. He's got plenty of hit points. He might be squishy, but he's got a lot of hit points. So, that's the swarm of spiders. Matches. It is your turn. Swarm of spiders to your front and a swarm of spiders a little bit further away to your rear.
All right. I'm going to spin a spell slot to turn Leopold into Cinder. Cinder is cannon too, but it's a flamethrower.
Oh.
Cast fireball in a cave, huh? That's
No, it's a flamethrower.
I know. Just
I'll send it there. Just light up that
all right.
light up that swarm of spiders.
Do it. Cinder, I choose you. Cast flamethrower.
17 points of damage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's gonna take care. Oh, not quite take care of. There, it takes care of some of them. It definitely drops their numbers.
And then I pull out my wand and I cast. How many are there, or does it matter?
No, just
don't-
you're attacking the swarm. It's one target.
Okay. Then I'll just use my wand. Ooh.
Firebolt for another 17 damage. That takes care
No,
of this.
that's 21 damage.
Oh, 21 damage. Yep. That takes care of that swarm.
And it does look like he's almost gunslinging. It's like
Yeah, and there's a just molten pile of spiders there now.
oh, that's my turn, so-
Okay, sorry, Brata. It's back to you, and there's one last swarm of spiders in front of you.
All right, so attack number 1.
That def 16 hits. Yes, well, it's 20 hits, or no, 16. Why are you rolling at disadvantage now?
Oh, should it be normal? Well, I
Normal,
guess
yeah.
you
It
just
should be
take the
normal now.
normal.
Yeah,
you
just
take the
take the
first number.
first number. That
Yeah.
hits.
Okay. And so that's 15 damage. And
Alright.
then bonus action offhand hit.
That hits.
So
You
that's
squish them.
16.
You squish them with your hammer. Your mighty hammer squishes them.
Gross.
Spider guts go everywhere.
Ugh, spiders are so gross. Ah!
And you think
Still
you hear
wicked.
scurrying off in the distance, in the darkness of the cave.
They burn real good, like.
Everyone quickly make a perception roll.
Perception. Nope.
Nope.
Definitely nope.
Yeah, nope.
Ouch. Ouch.
Brata's going on about the gross spiders, and Tux is like, holy shit, it worked. Well, I could still do it. Holy shit, it worked. Oh, it worked. Like really excited about his banishing arrow. Matches, you see over here this pile of rocks, but it looks like there's an opening behind it. Looks like maybe another entrance or another cave inside this cave.
Look, over here. There appears to be a concealed doorway of some Vale. Perhaps you should check it out.
Which is my movement? 30. Okay, so I can get to there. Well, I mean,
We're not in combat anymore. You
I guess I can get all the way up there. So I'll check it out. What is it? What do I see?
Yes, indeed, you check it out, and there is this pile of rocks. Looks like it has fallen right? You don't even have to make an investigate roll for this. It just looks like the rocks have kind of crumbled from this center column that's holding up to the roof of the cave you're in and kind of blocked what looks like an entranceway.
Big rocks, little rocks, a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. You feel a cool breeze coming from inside.
I feel a breeze coming from down there, so there's it. I would guess there's something really down there.
What
By the
would
way,
these
Tux,
rocks-
that was a neat trick. You'll have to tell me how you did that. Also,
What?
is it gone? Gone
What are y'all? What? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it got for a while.
for a
Didn't
while?
like-
Okay.
what was it?
Yeah, it's
What are you talking about?
If it's banish, it's a minute probably.
you banish it if the target is native to a different plane of existence. Target disappears, returning to its home plane. If the target's native to the plane you're on, the creature vanishes into a harmless demiplane. While there, the target is incapacitated. It remains there until the spell ends, at which point the target reappears in the space it left or in the nearest unoccupied space, if that space is occupied.
So spell duration is
A minute.
probably a minute,
hmm
right? So
Well, it's a concentration
Up
spell.
to 1 minute.
So the minute
concentration up to 1 minute.
takes concentration off of it, the spell ends.
got it.
Do you want it back?
No, not really. I mean, we could all like concentrate on it now, but no, I'd rather it stay gone for a little bit.
Okay. Well, let's
Start.
get down. Let's let you guys get us down there. Then we'll let it come back.
Start pawing away at the rocks.
Yep. You and Brata and Neris start chucking rocks, and within just a few seconds, you've cleared a path. Sure enough, there is an opening here about 5 foot wide and 5 or 6 foot tall.
I go in.
Yep.
And about the time you go in, it's about the time the spell ends.
Oh, great. Let it end while I'm still out here. They pick on the little guy.
You'll be fine.
And it reappears, poof, right behind the pile of rocks again, looking around, kind of confused.
Can I
Yeah.
turn around, blast it?
Sure, you can try to blast it again.
Be a 17.
17 does hit. So 4 damage right on. All right, monster sheets. Scorpion. 52. All right. Get on the correct level here.
At 5th level, I get 3 beams.
Okay.
So times 3 for
12. So it'll be
12
that'll be 12.
on
Okay.
top of what it took earlier.
Which
Right.
was none. Well, no, it did take some. That's never mind.
Yeah. Which was 45, right? And 12 is 57. So this your Eldritch Blast slams the scorpion into the back wall with its force damage and crushes it. You hear its shell just crack and shatter as it dies, squealing. Vale, you step in,
Mhm.
and you're washed with the wave of coolness. Your foot kind of splashes almost as you step in. It's solid, but it's wet.
Okay.
Anybody else following?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. Vale just beat Brata to it, or, she would have been up front.
Make things short.
I gotta
Say
zoom
it's
in.
almost 6. You say it's almost 6 foot, only 6 foot tall. It's like, okay, well, at least I got a little bit of space.
I've got plenty of room.
Shorties.
All right. You step in, and there is a pool of water. Lush green grass is growing all around it. There are flowers in the water. It looks really, really pretty. It's deep, it's cool, it's tranquil in here. Far in the distance of this pond, right here,
Okay.
there's something floating in the water on a plank, kind of a platform of wood just floating there. And there doesn't seem to be any way to get to it, but it's just floating.
Should I swim out there and get that?
I don't know.
Perhaps we should look at this water a little more before we jump in head first, as it were.
I wasn't going to jump in head first.
Perhaps we should examine the water a little more with my magic wand detecting device.
All right. This entire chamber pretty much glows with that transformation magic. The object, however, on the platform out there, it is glowing as well. But it's glowing in a different school of magic. It's glowing the same as your helm. That psionics magic.
Yes, that different. I do believe that's the helm. It just feels like a trap.
I check for traps.
We're fine. Nothing's going to get the best of us.
You want to check for traps, Rick?
Absolutely.
Go for it. Roll your investigate.
19.
Looks untrapped. It looks like a pool of water to you.
It's water. It's a trap.
Can I do an investigate to try to examine the area for, I don't know, ambush kind of stuff? Or
Yeah. Like, what are you looking for? There's no the flowers and bushes and stuff here are pretty small, and they just kind of line the what would be the beach, the landing
I'm just trying
area.
to see if there's anything hiding in that water.
Yeah, the water's pretty clear. You don't see anything down in there.
Okay.
Is it deep?
Yeah. From what you can tell, it looks pretty deep. You can't see a bottom.
Okay.
I'm going to...
How tall is the ceiling?
It looks like a hollow tube that goes all the way to the roof of the rock outside. So 60, 70 feet, maybe.
All right.
I'm going to take a... like a ration or something out of my pack and toss it in the water.
Okay. You toss it in and
Well,
it
yeah.
just sinks to the bottom. It sinks out of sight.
See, it's fine.
Nothing attacks it.
It's fine. I'm going to go out there and get this thing. And then I'll jump in the water.
All right. Make an athletics check or save, I mean. Or make an athletics roll for me.
What the fuck?
Oh no.
Okay.
Grounded.
Oh.
Oh no.
You should have took the
It's-
hat so you could breathe.
As soon as you step probably waist deep, your feet are pulled out from under you. You are sucked into the center of the lake. You see a face unlike any other, but familiar. As you get closer to this face, you realize it's the face of, could it be a mind flayer? Yes, its tentacles mouth is lashing out at you, its large eyes beaming with power and hunger. Its tentacles wrap around you and pull you into its mouth. You are pulled in by the tentacles, and suddenly you awaken standing on the platform, floating on the board, attached to this chunk of wood in the far reaches of the pond. Far across, you see your party standing on the shore, pointing at you everyone on the shore, make a wisdom save for me.
Oh dear.
Sand check.
Ooh, at 20.
You still rolled a 19.
That's because my wisdom is -1. Vale is smart, but he's not wise. There's a difference.
Matches Wolf. Okay, so Matches and Wolf, you both failed, but Vale, you shake your head after watching Brata just get kind of swirled all through this lake and then spit out. As the water shimmers down around, you see a shape behind her taking form.
She got
And
swallowed.
she's Vale, you just are pointing, and the other two, you're like, what? But you see it. Brata, you see Vale pointing behind you, and you turn around, I guess, to kind of see what he's pointing at. And there behind you is also Wolf and Matches. You're both going to take the frightened condition. Go ahead, and Brata, you can make a wisdom save now as well.
Scared.
As you turn around, the scent of mold and decaying flesh hits you in the face. Dressed in the garments, you are now frightened. Dressed in the garments of the Order of the Sacred Grove, but older and tattered, a spectral being floats just inches above the water. His breastplate displays the holy symbol of Abdi-Hai, and the god worshipped by the Order of the Sacred Grove. But his eyes give off a faint red glow. Definitely makes you uneasy. He calls out to you. You have disturbed the resting place of the most valiant soldiers of the Order. The guard of guards, the keepers of the balance. You shall pay. How do you all respond, or do y'all want to stop right here? It's 10:30.
I doubt we're gonna finish this anytime soon, right?
Yeah, probably not.
This is a cliffhanger point,
Yes, it is.
but I want to give you all the option. If you want to keep going, I'll keep going.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
It's up to y'all.
We gotta keep our audience in suspense.
Yes. All right. I'm good with that.
Besides, we need to make a plan.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to make a plan.
That's metagaming, God.
No, we don't do that.
No, not at all. We don't.
I can't plan. I'm frightened.
Yeah,
Right.
you're the
Scared.
Vale. You're the only one not frightened.
I know. And I love it.
I mean, I'll just start shooting at it.
Oh, let me do this just so you can get a lay of the land. Hang on. Overlay. Boom. Layer. Token layer. Tokens. I remembered how to move tokens. So, Brata, you're standing on this plank of wood with the helm kind of there, and this spectral warrior, I guess, is behind you. That is within 5 feet, Vale,
Mhm.
of Brata.
No, Bale knows.
Just saying. And with that, I didn't roll for Neris. Let me roll Neris's wisdom save. Let's see if Neris is
Come on,
scared.
Neris.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
he's good. He's good. He is not frightened.
I look at Neris. I go, Neris.
I don't know what we should do.
Kill it with fire.
It's the Order of the Sacred Grove emblem.
Kill it with something. But we'll do that next time.
Next time, folks. Diamond, isn't this a lake? Yep. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's an underground lake, actually. Everybody, this was a really awesome time tonight. I enjoyed it. Everybody ending up frightened at the end of the episode is exactly what I had planned. Like, that's what I had hoped for. It's the dreams come true of a dungeon master. Like, Oh, let them all fail their wisdom. I almost said sanity rolls. Wisdom rolls.
Not everyone is.
Not everyone, but a large majority are. I'm very happy. This episode was a lot of fun for me to run. I enjoyed it, and I love the way y'all are helping build the story. I really do.
Got to build that story.
So this is a world that we are building collaboratively, collectively, however you want to say it. And I'm really enjoying it. So apologies first off to Wolf. I did not have time to edit the overlay to get your credits in, but everybody to Wolf Design here playing Tooks tonight. Great job. So happy you could be here with us. Everybody out there in chat, thanks for the subs. Thanks for the follows. Don't forget, we have our contest for 125 followers, so make sure you get those follows. Bring people to the channel. Hit us up on Discord. Those of you who won dice in our last giveaway, if you have gotten those dice, put the pictures in the Discord. I want to see them. I want to see what they look like. I heard that some dice almost didn't make the journey through the mail.
It looked like the mailman like set them. I'm sorry. It looked like the mail person had set them on the seat and like, or stuck them in their pocket or something. It was like the envelope was,
Mangled.
yeah, it was like someone had it in their pocket or something. Like it was.
I may or may not have had them in my pocket at some point.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. They were sitting on the seat of the car. So, yep, we still have some dice to give away, so we'll be doing that probably during our Thanksgiving stream. So, if anybody in here, I think we've already talked to everybody in here about the Thanksgiving game. If you want to play, just sign up in our Discord. I have 3 players already. I need at least one more, but 2 would be really fun for the turkey snatcher. Dun, dun, dun. So, we're going to do that on Halloween, on Thanksgiving afternoon.
I won't be here.
Yep, you won't be here. Tuesday night, we don't have anything planned as of yet. We may come up with something, we may not. I don't know. Wednesday night is Impossible Landscapes. We will be back this week. I know we missed last week, and everyone is sad that we missed, but we'll be back. And then next week is probably the next 2 season finale of Plague of Fluxatine. We have probably 1.5, maybe 2 episodes full left of that game. So come check that out Friday night at 7 o'clock. And then next Saturday is the other Dungeons and Dragons game that I run.
Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Horde of the Dragon Queen. That's right. Thank you so much, team. It's been a long day for me as well. But I guess that's going to do it for us tonight here, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. We love you all very much. Make sure you go over to our YouTube if you missed any of the show tonight or any of the shows since we started streaming. Make sure you go and check us out on the YouTube. A 1.5 years of content to watch and catch up on. But until next time, we're the United Adventure Company. Get out of our dungeons. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.